Hello and welcome to the Sunday live stream for the 3C Live. I got one question to ask you today on this beautiful wintry weekend. You like Dick? Meet Dick Grayson. We're starting off strong. We're doing good. I'm back, baby, old boy. Got a lot of wonderful topics to discuss. That's why there's only like 3 or 4 things in the description. But hey, I feel bad whenever I don't provide you guys with a live stream for the weekend. Sorry about not doing it on Friday. There wasn't really that many topics to discuss. Also, I don't know if you guys live in the States, but there was just a lot going around. A biggest thunderstorm, winter storm. You're going to be iced. Jack Frost's going to come and take your wife. So buy up all the groceries that you can. Daddy bought into that propaganda, and Daddy thought, ain't no Jack Frost coming in my house. He coming in here, I'm coming in him. What did he say about Jack Frost? So I was partially scared, especially in Texas, because there's always the fear that our grid will go out, and that did happen in 2021. Back when I lived in an apartment, our power went out. That was a whole story. I could do a story time on that, but power went out. Had to walk the streets and go to the nearest grocery store, gas station, because I was like, we're gonna die here if we don't go do something. And so I had that trauma built into me, and I was like, I can't be streaming and have my lady and my baby downstairs be like, I gotta provide the people with the funnies. All right, so let's go ahead and round off some of the topics we're going to discuss here today. We only got a couple of them, but hey, something's better than nothing, right? All right, we got our first look at the Scream 7 popcorn buckets. All right, popcorn bucket season is beginning. And you know what? I'll even throw in the Iron Lung popcorn bucket because that's another one that you guys wanted me to talk about. Jason Momoa's Lobo. They randomly on Friday were like, here you go. Here's Lobo. I'm James Gunn. And I was like, okay, let's take a look at that. Because I am a big Dragon Ball fan. They made some pretty big Dragon Ball announcements over the weekend. I know some people don't like Dragon Ball, but I'll still want to talk about and give my thoughts on that. And Super Mario Galaxy. Such a weird time to just do these announcements. On a Sunday, they had a Nintendo Direct. We got a new trailer, some new footage, and Mario fans pissed off about something. We're going to get into that right there. But hey, man, how are y'all doing? Let me see what's going on in the chatty chat. W Dragon Ball. Good. I'm liking we're seeing W Dragon Ball. The Iron Lung popcorn bucket does look cool. In fact, let's actually just take a look at that. Let's start with that right now. And this was research purposes. I'm gonna ask for my lawyer on that one. Iron Lung popcorn bucket. Y'all are just gonna ignore that y'all saw that. All right, so look, as we know, Markiplier's coming out with his movie coming out, I believe this weekend, right? I got to get my tickets before they all sell out. And he knows how to market a movie. He knows it's like, all right, what's the thing? Ice Spice singing a song? Okay, she already did one for SpongeBob. All right, a popcorn bucket. That's what we'll do. So, with that, he did release one, but it's kind of different, kind of odd. I think I've got all the information about it. So this right here is the popcorn bucket for the Iron Lung. Let me see if I can get a less blurry image. There we go, something like that. Okay, couple of things right off the bat. Love this bucket. Oh my goodness. I have never played the Iron Lung game, but I did my research on it. I know what the game is like, and this I think is perfect for it. So the Iron Lung, the game, it takes place in a dystopian future where prisoners are sent to like this moon planet where it's all covered in like a sea of blood, and you're just supposed to be there looking for like, I guess, minerals or something. But within this ocean of blood, there is this crazy creature in there trying to hunt you down. Sounds honestly like a cool idea, and I think it could translate well for a movie. And so what you have here is the sea of blood gushing out, and whatever creature lives in that ocean jumping in, the logo of the thing. Honestly, great bucket. In the tier list, if I end up making one at the end of the year, this would be pretty high because I love it. Although, couple of weird things about this popcorn bucket. So as you can see, it has the Regal logo there. So you're like, okay, so this is going to be sold at Regal. I can go buy it at my local Regal if you have one near you. Me, I don't. My nearest Regal is an hour away. So they made this with Regal, but it's not really something you can go purchase. Instead, they did something that automatically I was like, oh, this is a good, smart. This is why we love you, Markiplier. Great. Instead, what they did is they dropped the file for the 3D print of this, which, if I'm being honest with you, that's all popcorn buckets are nowadays. There is some warehouse with just 300 3D printers. They put in a crappy design and then they go, all right, pop me out the head of Megan because nerds want to buy that. And then you buy your Megan head. Well, Markiplier's like, well, I'm just going to skip that. I'm not going to go manufacturers, make this huge. I'm just going to drop the file so you could 3D print this at home when you have a 3D printer. Honestly, I love that. I think that's so awesome. And what a great way you could just have the popcorn bucket if you have a printer yourself or if you know somebody. And then that way other people, hopefully at a reasonable price, like on Etsy, can probably resell it. Problem is, people then brought up the fair point that actually eating popcorn out of 3D printed materials, especially homemade 3D printer material, things like that, is pretty dangerous, not recommended. So it's more, and honestly, who is eating popcorn once they go home? I could tell you out of all the buckets I have, not eating much popcorn. Putting lotion in it, but I think that's sterilizing. Don't ask why. So it's like, okay, either way, this would just be something I could see someone 3D print, but never actually put popcorn in, just throw it on. But that's something that was going around that I did think was kind of cool of Markiplier. Just like, hey, instead of having to go buy it, here's the file, upload it to your 3D printer, make it yourself, and there you go. But if you do it, especially if you're using like resin, they say do not eat popcorn out of it. Microplastics, all that kind of stuff, no good, no bueno for you. Um, and I guess it like it doesn't hit all this like layers of protection or washing out like if it was like mass marketed the way they would like at a theater chain. Just making it straight up and eating food out of it, not a good idea. But hey, as a collectible, still pretty nice. Still pretty nice. All right. So on the subject of popcorn buckets, let's talk about the Scream 7 ones. Because yeah, we got our first look at this. So remember, this was the bucket for Scream 6. Honestly, really great bucket. I was so happy when that came out, and a lot of people got creative whenever this bucket got released. I've seen people like add little holes to the side and make it like a little purse. Put your stuff in there. I just think it's kind of cool to have the ghost face head in there. So for Scream 7, it looks like they're going to be adding the torso, having some blood come off the mask and a little bit more detail and more. Actually, not a bad popcorn bucket. I actually kind of like it. I think this looks nice. It's slightly similar to what we just got, but I guess the added effect of blood, and especially if that even happens in the movie, that's going to be cool. Then you have the bucket to remind you of that moment. But it was actually the second bucket that I don't think that maybe you won't be able to find in America, because you'll be surprised how many popcorn buckets that are so cool are released in other countries, but then don't actually make it here into the US. They also have, oh, so this was this one. So this is going to be a popcorn bucket, which great. This is more of a callback to Scream 6, if anything, in the museum with all the little ghost face costumes in their little display. But this as a popcorn bucket, dude, I like this. Now, it's just missing the logo of the movie. It would have been nice if it said Scream 7 right there, even though it doesn't even look like this will be something from Scream 7, unless there's a scene where we find Ghostface's lair and he has the suit there, right? But it'd be cool also if this thing lights up, that way showcasing Ghostface there. But I'm like, this would have been a great bucket for Scream 6, but it looks like it's something they're busting out for Scream 7. And again, this is going to be released, it looks like in Cinemex, which is a Mexican theater chain. And sometimes those popcorn buckets just don't make it to the US. But dude, I think this is actually a really cool one. And I talked about this like with the Megan. This is like kind of the idea I had, not Megan, this with the Annabelle popcorn bucket, because you know she's always in her glass case sitting in a chair. Just like this. I think this is perfect. You fill it up with popcorn as you're eating, little ghost faces in there. So this is really cool. We'll see. There's always a chance AMC could be the one to release this, because it's sounding like this one will be the Cinemark bucket. So you can get this one at Cinemark, which, hey, I'm just a sucker for horror buckets. So I'll probably pick up that one just to add it to the horror bucket collection. And if AMC hopefully drops this one, I'll probably also pick it up because that's just cool, man. Can you just imagine just having those side by side the way Scream 6 did? Like, let's bring it up again if you don't know. Scream 6, was it museum? I don't even know what you would call that. The little layer, yeah, right there. And the one, I think it was Billy's costume that was in the case. Just looking sweet, just looking nice, really cool. So yeah, there's popcorn buckets coming up. We'll see if this year they go hard on it. Like by this time last year, we already had like 10 buckets. January's almost over, and really the only for sure bucket we got is the Iron Lung bucket, and this one for February. So I'm telling you, they're slowing down on the popcorn buckets. The market's going down. Sell your stock now because it's useless. But let me know if you guys would be buying any of these. What would make it better? What would be a better one? Honestly, maybe like Ghostface holding the knife kind of deal. Maybe as the drink. That could be cool. Just sipping on some Ghostface knife. I think that'd be nice. Let's see what else we got going on. So that was that. Let's move on to the next. Okay, Lobo. Lobo. So on Friday, James Gunn decided to release our first look at Lobo, and it was through this behind the scenes, which I'm gonna have to pause it around, kind of just showcasing Jason Momoa is now our Lobo. He gets in a car, and then we get a little scene from the movie. Sorry, that might be loud as heck for you guys. Let me always lower that a bit. Okay. And they just right there decided to do it. It'll be part of the marketing. It's not said that he'll have a gigantic scene, but he's there. Okay, couple thoughts on this. So Jason Momoa has wanted to be Lobo in the DC for a very long time, way before Aquaman, but he got to be Aquaman. I think he's gonna be great as Lobo. I think he's gonna be even better than he was as Aquaman, because I was just never a huge fan of his version of Aquaman. It was just too partyish, too crazy. I kind of like almost like the personality of early Thor into an Aquaman, just this Shakespearean, serious kind of vibe. Or he could be jokey, but it was always my man, and like that's way more a Lobo like. Okay, so there was that, and you think, well, he honestly looks perfect. I mean, looking at him right there, we got this little promo image where you get the full look. You got the skull. It's very comic accurate. It was so comic accurate, and as expected, there was an insane amount of people complaining. It's just it didn't hit like I wanted to. It was like when you begged your mom to finally let you like have a taste of that candy you always see at the counter, right? You're always like, "Mom, please let me get the 100-gram bar." You ever had a 100-gram bar? Let me. It's the candy you never go to grab because you're like, only old people eat that. Well, you met him, right? He's right here, 100-gram bar. But let me tell you, once you bite into that thing, it's good. That doesn't fit with my analogy, but let's just say they didn't taste good. So it goes with my analogy. You finally got it. You bite into it, and you're like, oh, this doesn't taste anything like what I thought it would be. It's not as tasty as I hoped for. That's what you're getting a lot. You're getting a lot of people going, looks like Jason Momoa is just cosplaying. This isn't exactly what I thought. Now, there's some reasoning for that. One complaint is the lighting, which I gotta admit that has been one of the disappointing things about Supergirl is the lighting of the movie. Just because the Supergirl comic is so colorful and vibrant, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. When you look at the comic, it's just bursting. It's almost Jack Kirby-esque, which how much color and light is peeking through. I mean, even just her just sitting there. Look at all the different colors. And admittedly, the movie itself is just kind of has this brown grayish look. It could be the specific planet, but here, and it got to the point where people had to like use AI to brighten up the photo and give it more detail. And you might be looking at this and going, "Oh no, dude, Chris, how can anyone complain? This is perfect." Well, this is an AI enhanced detail. This is not what it's really looking like in the movie. This is with more. You can even see some of the grain coming off and stuff. Like if it was that showcase, maybe it'd be looking better. People would also like the red eyes to be more pronounced because right now it's only kind of in the retina area. So very little of the red is popping out like it should. See, like this is an AI enhanced. This is not an actual image. This is what it looks like in the movie. Kind of makes a difference, right? It's like it's just hidden. It's even got eyeballs. So I kind of do get those complaints, and I do just see like this just brown sludge is kind of what Supergirl's looking like, and it really shouldn't look like that. The comic, like I said, so vibrant. But all those complaints aside that I've been seeing from people, it's what I expected Jason Momoa to look like, and I mean that in a positive way. Now, my main concern now is how they use him, because I still don't think he's going to be a large part of the actual movie, maybe like a 10-15 minute sequence, but I think they're going to use him for more, whether he's a character that shows up in Man of Tomorrow, whether they've got plans from down the line, a solo movie. There's always been talks that Lobo could be the Deadpool for the DC. I would like for that to happen if they can have some fun with it, but I don't know if we're in a spot where they can just be busting out those random characters and hoping they get movies, because it seems like James Gunn kind of shying away from that, even though we're about to get the Clayface movie. Hopefully that does good. But an R-rated Lobo movie going around the cosmos, find people, that could be awesome. So I think he looks like what I expected in a positive way, and I think he has the personality to fit Lobo. So I get the people complaining that it's like, oh, kind of isn't what I expected him to look like. I'm like, what do you mean? It's literally him. I think most of the complaint is just the poor lighting, or just the cinematography of Supergirl not looking the way we wanted. Let me see if maybe we got more Supergirl cinematography. Let's see if we can get some of that going on. Maybe there's some photos here that could. Oh, geez. Well, there's someone who just relit it. Hopefully not using AI, but that right there opens kind of a window. And I mean, people have also been comparing it to I don't know if you saw, there was a CW show, CW Lobo, which come on, let's not be real. Let's not act like this Lobo is better than what the Jason Momoa is one looking like. This one looks like a cosplayer. Like, you could literally see someone like that at your local Comic-Con, and that's not a bad thing. They put effort into it. They bought some locks and put on some red eye contacts and then painted themselves. Like, that's not really better than what we got over here. But this kind of lighting probably would have been better. I love the Superman cinematography. I don't know why people were complaining about that. But it's just a lot of brown, a lot of grays. Trying to see, like this first look image I thought was hyping me up, because I was like, these are the colors that I thought Supergirl would be, because it's very colorful in the comic. But oh well, that's neither here nor there. The movie could still be great, still be awesome. But yeah, when you look at a lot of the grabs, it's brown or gray, and it really shouldn't be that for Supergirl with the way it looks. But you guys let me know. You guys let me know your thoughts on that, your complaints. You think it's more the actual look? You think it's the cinematography, the lighting? How do you feel about the just random Friday? Here's Lobo. Let's film a 5-second video of Jason Momoa walking out of his trailer. Because you remember how the Superman marketing at first was really weird? Because right now there's talks about like Supergirl is going to get a trailer at the Super Bowl. And that was a whole controversy whenever Superman was coming out, because we were like, we need a Superman Super Bowl trailer. And we were promised like big amounts of footage, all this kind of stuff. And no, instead what we got is Guy Gardner, the only bowl I need. And we were like, huh? It's like, I think sometimes they choose the weirdest way to market these movies. The Puppy Bowl was cool. The Puppy Bowl mess. Yeah, don't bring up the Puppy Bowl to Dad. If you bring up the Puppy Bowl, it'll start a whole fight. You're better off bringing Trump to Dad than the Puppy Bowl, Chris. So, yeah, I'm curious. I think maybe this time around they're just like, hey, we're just gonna do a Supergirl Super Bowl trailer. Maybe they missed out, but it is gonna be crazy also to think Supergirl gets the Super Bowl trailer, but Superman didn't. Then again, maybe she needs more of the marketing, right? Because I don't know if they would make more, but yeah. You guys know. Let me know what you think about all that. All right, let's move on now to some Dragon Ball announcements. Let me see here. I'm trying to see. Puppy Bowl the Puppy Bowl is nice. The Puppy Bowl is nice. All right. So I'll try. I know some people aren't Dragon Ball fans. I'll get to this quick and then we'll talk about some Mario, but I still just want to talk about it. So, as you guys know, Dragon Ball fans have been starving for new content on Super. They just ended. Well, no, they didn't just end. Super ended in 2018, and we had been like, "Hey, yo, where is that? Where's the rest? Where's the sequel?" Passing of Akira Toriyama. Then Daima came out, but it wasn't exactly what people wanted. We're just like, we just want a continuation. The manga's been going on. They got Moro. They got Granola. They got all this. We need to see it. And then we finally got this big announcement where they announced a couple of things. So let me go off to the thing I was most excited about, which is yes, it's going to continue on. We're getting the Galactic Patrol, which honestly, I know trust me, it's been hard not to look into all the YouTube videos of people. Am I going to pick up a manga and read it backwards? I found Dragon Ball because I don't like to read. You're not going to make me do that. Yeah, I'm that kind of fan, and I'll admit it. Which what? But ever since the manga continued on, there's been great YouTube channels that summarize the arc, put all this thing and everything you need for. Oh my goodness, bro's calling me while I'm live right now. And so I was like, stay away. I don't want to get spoiled for it. I don't want to know all the details. I don't want to know what makes this arc great. I just know the villains and all that. So I was like, okay. I still don't know anything about the Galactic Patrol other than what they actually are in the world of Dragon Ball, and I can't wait. My only question is, how does Broly fit into this? Because Broly was such a great way to kind of refresh things and throw in Broly added to canon. And from my understanding, Broly doesn't really have a large part in the Galactic Patrol arc. But I was like, I really wanted this to be the continuation. In fact, I wouldn't even have mind if they added this to canon and split it up almost episode like the way they've done with Battle of Gods, Resurrection F, and all that in Frieza. Like those were movies, and then they turned them into episodes in the actual. Why didn't they do that for Broly? Is there a reason? They haven't done that, because like I would love Broly to be the third figure, throw him in there, and have him just be part of the show. Like, because from my understanding, the Galactic Patrol is mainly a story with Goku and Vegeta helping this like Galactic Police fight this big threat. Which, okay, cool, I do want to see that, but it's like, where's Broly going to be in all this? You know, so I know it's canon, but that's what I mean. So like, how does Broly fit into the story then? Are they just going to leave him with Beerus and Whis to be training over there? That's all. I would like Broly just be more involved, because I think they did really cool with his movie. So, okay, awesome. But this doesn't come out till 2020, late 2027, 2028 at the earliest. It's like, all right, whatever. We've waited this long, 8 years. We can wait more. Almost 10 years will go by and we'll finally get a continuation. But then they want to throw some BS, man. They want to throw some my way, dude. I love me good animation. I love me, hype and stuff like that. But the decision to remake Dragon Ball episodes, which is what they're having here, and again, if you're someone who doesn't know, part of the announcement that they made is that they're going to do a remake, basically a remaster of episodes of Dragon Ball that have already been remade 3 different times, because it came out in the manga, it came out in movie form, and then it came out in episode form in the show, and now we're about to get it in another condensed 6-episode arc. Look, and their whole reasoning is that they're gonna enhance the animation, they're gonna make it look better. And does it look better? Sure. I've seen the little clips and the little recreations or I guess enhancements of what it's gonna look like. Let's see, Dragon Ball. And I'm like, okay, great. And I'll be even okay with it also, because the whole thing is that they remove filler, they add scenes, and they keep it looking nice, and it does look nice. But it's just like, come on, how many times are we gonna remake this story? And I'm gonna have to sit through Resurrection F one more time, and that's just like, it's making me hate those arcs because how many times I'm getting to have to sit through them. It is cool to like think of like, if they eventually get to Black and they do that again, or if they get to the Tournament of Power again and all that stuff, sure. And hopefully it leads into then the release of the new one. But I'm just like, I'm not that excited for it. I'm just like, all right, why? How many times? If they do this one more time in the next 10 years, now with 3D animation, thanks to generative AI, I don't know, man. I would not put it past them, but this needs to be the last remaster or remake of this. And it's like, the animation sure was lacking, but it wasn't even like so horrendously bad that we needed to do this over and over again. That's all I'm saying, but whatever. Now, the low-key thing that I'm actually pretty interested about that not there's not a lot of information on is this new Dragon Ball game coming out that I want to know more about. It's a game project Akira Toriyama was working on, and it's called Age 1000. Now, this is supposed to take place, I believe it's like 300 years after the end of Z. So I think the idea is like Goku, Vegeta, and all them are dead and long gone, but their legend lives on, right? And we're getting this brand new character that we don't know, and we see him just like here training with like some bots. Who knows? I don't even know why this is in like 1080p. I'm so sorry, guys. Why is it automatically on that? My bad. Anyways, I kind of am really curious what this is going to be and what kind of Dragon Ball game this could be. I'm a huge fan of Sparking Zero. Heck, I still randomly play Sparking Zero when I have the time, even though I suck at it. Because Sparking Zero is the kind of game where if you're not grinding every day, you just lose your ability to play. But I guess that's the Goku way. But this kind of game intrigues me for, is it going to be a story-driven game? Is there more of an idea to it? Like even this part here, uh, we're seeing like all these different warriors across time, Cell, Majin Buu, Gohan. I'm really curious, and this guy is also appears to be a Saiyan of some sort, and he's wearing Capsule Corp uniform. I'm curious about this. I don't know if it's an RPG. Some people said some people want it to be Xenoverse 3. I kind of would like it if they made a story-driven game, because that's me. I just like story-driven games. I know people like Kakarot and Xenoverse. I've never been able to get into those. I'm either the fighting game or nada. But if you can do something where like you tell a story, a brand new story set in this world, and even more that it takes place way after Z ends, so maybe you'll get hints to what happens to Goku and all them, since this will be the closest thing we also get from Akira Toriyama about where he perceives the future of those characters going, since he's not alive to really do that anymore. I'm curious. I'm curious about it. Might be nothing. Might be a type again like Kakarot or Xenoverse, where it's just like, oh, okay, I'm not into that. But hey, cool for the other people. I I just thought it was awesome. So all these Dragon Ball announcements was cool. I'm glad that this is all picking back up. I'm still just nervous but excited for the day we get a live action reattempt with Dragon Ball. I feel we have the technology. Give it to Zack Snyder, but don't let him touch the script. I'd be fine with Zack Snyder visuals attempting to give me a Dragon Ball movie, right? Um, but yeah, I just thought it was a happy day, and seeing all these announcements, I was like, finally, movement on Dragon Ball, dude. So someone said, hell no. Hey, Zack can cook with visuals. That's why I said, don't give him the script. Give the script to somebody that can find a way to condense 100 episodes into a 2-hour movie. But I'd be fine with, dude, the slow-mo, what he would do. And Zach is also very good about making a man's body look hot. Hey, Zach, should we look at 300? All right, look at this. Look at this. Hey, Zach has an eye for that male body. So if you want to hire the muscular, big Goku and Vegeta oiled up fighting Boo, Zach's the guy. Zach's the guy. Someone said, no pause, straight facts. And Loki, I mean, that's what I honestly would want. It's a muscle testosterone filled show, right? But that's just all sorts of disaster from who they cast. Dude, Sydney Sweeney Bulma. It could happen. It could happen. All right. You guys let me know about all those announcements, what you're excited about. Anything like that, let me know. Let me know. All right. Let's move on here and talk about some Super Mario Galaxy. Okay, so we had a Nintendo Direct that was like 5 minutes long, because it was mainly just to talk about the Super Mario Galaxy movie. And basically, it was mainly focused on Yoshi. That was the whole point. And first, let's start off with this poster. They dropped a new poster, which I'm just going to tell you guys right now. 2026 is the year movie posters are cool again. Because the new poster that they dropped for this movie, Lord have, it is gorgeous. Now, this is a wide shot, but it's still essentially the same poster. This is gorgeous. I mean, you put this next to the He-Man poster that we just got. Let me see here. He-Man poster. Cause that was I forgot to mention that in my video about the whatchamacallit, the movie. I know it's not called He-Man, probably why it's taking me forever to find it. Masters of the Universe poster. But that poster, dude, sweet, gorgeous Lord. That's a nice poster. That is a great, it's no floating heads. It's not the equivalent of a YouTube thumbnail for a movie. It's just a sweet poster that's like, I'm not even a big He-Man guy. I'd hang that poster up. That's a nice poster. So same here. Gorgeous, beautiful looking poster. Mario on Yoshi staring off at a planet. Great poster. Okay, so there was that. Then we get to the actual trailer, 2 minutes and 5 seconds. And okay, lot is revealed. Lot is revealed. Let's start off with one of the big things that people were happy about before we get on to the one thing they were really complaining about. Is so since the trailer is focused in on Mario and Luigi finding Yoshi, since he was the post-credit scene, we get to hear Yoshi a lot. In fact, I have here a clip of his voice so they can show you how faithful it was. See if I can get this right for you guys.
Who is this?
Hey, I'm the fucking green lizard from Mario.
Impeccable. That voice work, dude. I don't know who they got to do that, but that's exactly like how I remember it from the video games. Also, my mom's stepfather who smoked and beat me. They sounded just alike. I was like, why does he sound like Yoshi? Okay. Oh, okay. I'll clean my room. Yeah. You know? Okay, joking aside though, really happy they did not give Yoshi a voice actor, man. Like, I can't tell you the amount of comments I was getting that he's going to be voiced by Tom Holland. They're going to get Aquafina just to torture us, or they're going to get just some outworldly random celebrity to be Yoshi and give him lines and make him speak English. Instead, it looks like when you watch the trailer, they're just using sound effects from like the video game, archived footage from previous voice actors. So I prefer that. I think that's great. Everybody was happy with that. Let me see if I can get an actual sound of what he sounds like.
Who is this?
Let me see here. Very good. Love it. And also, the trailer and this other little clip that they dropped, Yoshi and Toad have beef. Yoshi and Toad do not like each other, and it's the most hilarious thing.
Oh, Yoshi's here. Yay.
I love that. I love that they're going to make Yoshi and Toad just have beef the whole movie. All right. So that was the thing people were happiest about. But the other thing that actually was the biggest complaint, and it was like everywhere, dude. I'll pull up the tweets so you guys could see them. Like I was thinking it to myself, but it wasn't like it made me hate the trailer or anything. But I was like, oh, okay, kind of weird. Throughout the entirety of this trailer, not a lot of Galaxy in my Mario Galaxy movie. I mean, when we start this off with the Sand Kingdom, which honestly, tough shot, tough, cook, love it, and the fact that the bros are together on a mission, the way it should be. But this is a planet from Super Mario Odyssey. Then you cut over. Let me see here. You cut over, and you have like the Bowser Castle and those annoying flame balls that you always had to avoid as a kid. A lot of great obstacles. You have this casino planet where we get a look of Birdo. Is that how you say it? Birdo? That little girl be putting eggs in her mouth. I'll give her eggs to put in her mouth. And then I think you have Mauser over here. Which, what a random character. I've tried to get a good shot of him. What a random character to throw in there. He's like a lesser known Mario character. Okay, so it was, and then the dinosaur from Mario Odyssey was pretty reminiscent in there. Oh, and I forgot this. They also have Baby Mario and Baby Luigi. They found a way to bring the babies back into the story. Who knows how they become babies, but this is a reference to Yoshi's Island, and he's also got a scope here from Yoshi's Safari. So it was just a lot of stuff that it's like none of this is from Mario Galaxy. There's not even a Rosalina in the trailer. There's no Luma stars. There's what's going on here. It looks then this is like Mario Odyssey the movie, but it's being called Mario Galaxy. And that was the biggest complaint going around. And look, I do agree. It definitely seems that way. I still think the last trailer gave us plenty of Mario Galaxy. I mean, we had Rosalina, we had the little launch star, we had different planets. You got to see a bit of the solar system and the way it works. I just think it's the way Illumination and Nintendo have gone about making the Mario movies, which I don't even think is the bad way to go, is just taking in a bunch of different elements from Mario games and cramming them into one. You didn't get that complaint with the first Mario movie because it was just called Super Mario, right? And so when you had Donkey Kong and they threw the Super Mario Donkey Kong in there, they threw Mario Kart, they threw all this other stuff. Nobody complained because it's just those are Mario games. It's a Mario movie. But I think now with the title being Galaxy, you expect, yo, where's my Galaxy? And you're showing me Odyssey level, Sunshine level, Yoshi's Island, Wonder. What is this about Galaxy other than just the planets, you know? And I saw like one of the funniest tweets where I was like, yeah, that's that kind of makes sense for the way I was also getting a little annoyed with all this. Let me see here if I can get that pulled up for you so you can see some of the complaints from people. All right. Looking at them here. Saved it twice, saved some stuff. All right, let's look at some of these complaints. Let's see. Mauser, all there. Okay. So one we have, why is it called Super Mario Galaxy movie if they're going to cram in stuff from like 10 different games? It's a movie that won't even reach 2 hours long, and you could tell the Galaxy story is barely going to have any presence. It's another Festival of Senseless reference. Okay, they said this really don't look like a Mario Galaxy movie. Feels more like an Odyssey movie than a Galaxy movie. I feel like with each Mario Galaxy movie trailer or teaser, we see less and less Galaxy stuff. We got another one said here. What was it? The Super Mario Galaxy movie feels like it's going to be another mishmash of random stuff thrown in there for no reason. What a shame, because it's only has the name Galaxy. What the F about that trailer was Mario Galaxy. It looks more like Mario Odyssey movie, but honestly, that's infinitely more based. So some people were like, "Oh yeah, I'm fine. This should have been a Mario Odyssey movie." If I, and I'm like, "Well, I'm a Galaxy fan." It's so funny. We got Mario Odyssey, Mario Bros. 2, potentially Yoshi's Island as it's shown, but zero Galaxy stuff. And then let me go to the one I was talking about where I was like, that's the one right here. This explains me. The unfortunate thing about calling the new movie Galaxy is that it attracts the Galaxy fans right here. And the Galaxy fans are the Spider-Man fans of Mario fans, if that makes sense. Nothing has made more sense in my entire life than that sentence. I read that and it unlocked my third eye and I said, that's why. That's why I am the way I am with this.
Oh boy, yeah.
But hey, I'll be honest, as bummed as I was, like I said, I watched that a little like, oh dang, didn't feel like a lot of Galaxy elements in there, but it didn't make me stop because everything else that they were showing in those trailers, peakness. I mean, let's go into some of those things. So I like the idea of Yoshi having to care for them. I think that's hilarious. Seeing the Mario Odyssey, and I've played all of Odyssey. I like Odyssey. Still more a Galaxy fan, but Odyssey is cool. And so seeing the dinosaur in there, I thought was dope. I love this little moment when they're actually in the cave that they're exploring and they're playing the little I don't know the songs by name or where they come from, but I know it by heart because it's like I've heard this all my life. Where is it? It's a do 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 do. That, oh dude, I loved hearing that. That was like goosebumps. That's something the Sonic movies would do really well, is incorporate the actual music from the games and throw them in like in Sonic 2 with the drowning sound effect whenever Sonic is fighting Knuckles. I love that little thing. Like that goes a long way for me. um there's a moment here where it looks like Luigi actually puts on the frog costume. Where is that? I was like, what? They're throwing in the who likes the frog costume, dude? Right there, bro. Bro's a frog in the air, and look what he does to this fish. Dude, that's great. I love that, man. So To me, I'm still excited for this. I feel like this is a very fun look, and you got Lakitu, I believe, showing up in here. They're going through a little pipe. It looks fun. I get people complain about the pacing and that Illumination needs to be better with it. Honestly, these movies are going to hold such a valued place in a lot of young kids today. These are going to be like their childhood movies. Like, you remember the Mario movies? Peak. And it's really only us adults arguing about the little minuscule minute details about them. I still really like the first Mario movie. I think I'm going to love this one. Hopefully they get the galaxy elements right, like with Rosalina and whoever else they throw in. There's still rumors, remember, that like Wario was a secondary villain in here. Have not seen Wario at all in any of these. But it's also cool to know Yoshi is largely involved in the story. Even for some people that were complaining about the Odyssey elements, people caught on pretty well. So it looks like this will actually be the opening of the movie. Them going to the Sand Kingdom. It sounds like Mario and Luigi are kind of like Peach's go-tos, like, hey, there's trouble in the kingdom. Can you guys go check it out? And so they get a call from the Sand Kingdom that, hey, there's some weird noises in this cave. Can you go fix it? Check it out. And then, of course, they encounter Yoshi. From there, they rescue Yoshi, from you can see, and then they go to this festival, which is the Star Festival, which is usually the beginning of the actual Mario Galaxy video game. But honestly, to me, this is looking more like a birthday party. I was looking at this and I'm like, this feels like a birthday party. It might be the Star Festival where like all the things come down, but I mean, Mario has a present. You see a bunch of toads in the back with like little hats. Let me see if I can get to that part. There's like a bunch of toads with little birthday hats up there. So it might be Peach's birthday. Yo, and I can't wait to see what Mario got her. Some people are speculating it's the umbrella that she has like in the trailer where she's blocking Birdo's eggs. That could be nice. So Yoshi's going to be part of the adventure the whole movie. And it looks like they're with Toad and Baby. Yeah, this is going to be fun. I'm down with it. So, whoa. Birdo, what that mouth do? Let's arrest him. Or hire him and ask him more questions, because this is a free thinker. We need more like him, actually. Galaxy Star with... Exactly. So, I think that's what it leads into. So, it starts with the Sand Kingdom. They meet Yoshi, take him in. Then they have the Galaxy Festival. But I was just saying, the Galaxy Festival looks more like it might be... Oh, here's the umbrella I was saying. That might be the gift Mario gives to Peach. Did she have the Mario in the umbrella in the first movie? I don't remember. I don't remember if she did. Either way, though, liking all that, I think that was so cool to see it all. It was just funny seeing the complaints from people. It's like, don't look like a Galaxy movie to me. I am still wondering, though, what is Mario 3 going to be titled? What is that movie going to be based off? You can't say Odyssey. They taken way too much stuff from Odyssey and putting it in this movie. We've seen Sunshine elements, Wonder elements, Mario World elements. It's like, it has to be a Smash Bros. Movie. But it's not going to feature like Link and Sonic or all these. It's just going to be people within the Mushroom Kingdom fighting for some reason, right? Mario, I don't know. I don't know what else it could be. Let's see. Where's Donkey Kong? That's a good call too. Donkey Kong does not look like he'll be. If he is, he's going to have a cameo, and that's because rumors that Donkey Kong is getting his own movie. So maybe whenever, if that happens, we'll see Donkey Kong's adventure while Mario was off doing this. But best believe Kong will probably be back in the third movie. I don't see why not. That's just probably already too many characters. Too many characters. Birdo popcorn bucket? I'd like to buy the Birdo popcorn bucket. Yeah, sure. Would you like popcorn in it? Just butter. Lots and lots of butter. He's back! All right. So, you guys let me know what you think about all that. I just thought that was interesting to discuss and see. I think that was it. That was it for my main topics. That's all I had to discuss with you guys. So, it's really up to y'all now to dictate the conversation and keep it going. Skull emoji. Yo, Reddit time. I guess I could do a real quick scan on Reddit. Although, I'm not... Oh, new meme template. Oh my... Is that how pale white I look? Why do I look so pale? This icy weather has gotten to me. I got a snow tan going on. I haven't looked that pale white in a long time. Buck Cluck is my favorite Disney villain. Okay. I'm curious on both Scott and Ghost reunion in Doomsday. Oh yeah, that will be interesting. He's like, I thought, didn't you try to kill me? But they were like okay with her by the end, were they not? Thoughts on Secret Wars potentially being split up in two? I saw it's dependent on if Doomsday is good. And if Doomsday is good, yeah, I would want two Secret Wars movies. And honestly, Secret Wars feels like a story that needs to be split up in two. It's such a huge culminating giant event. But I can understand why if Doomsday doesn't do well or people don't respond to it, they're like, yeah, let's just bust this out one more and reboot this MCU. First look at Travis Scott and Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. Is he actually in The Odyssey? I did not I don't even remember that. Hearing that. Okay, cool. A U2's concept. I like it. I need to make more merch with these shirts. I've been struggling to figure out how to make merch, but I would like to make more of these shirts because you guys like those whenever those came out. I like that. Dude, Funko got me again. Funko got me again. I hate it because they're coming out with another pop that I was like, oh, I got to get it. They always reel me in. Let me see if I can find it. So one, they came out with this distressed guy that I need to get, which I missed out on the pre-orders because I'm not on top of it like I used to. But they got the ghost face from Scary Movie. I said, take my credit card. I need that ghost face tongue. Don't ask why. But I was like, dang, every time I think I'm quitting, I have to get it. Now that's just I got the other ghost face here. Let's see, I got him right here. I got him right there, the boy, but I need him saying voila. Good stuff. All right. Let's move on to some topics that you guys have to discuss. Are you planning on seeing Iron Lung when it comes out this coming weekend? And did you see the popcorn bucket that Regal is doing for the film? Yeah. Well, we talked about the top of the show. And so, yeah, definitely want to see Iron Lung. Got to buy my tickets then to go see it. Want to support Markiplier. Hope I like it. As far as the Regal buckets go, I'm just curious. Like, it didn't seem like they're selling it. It seemed more like it's just a file that you download. And if you have a 3D printer, you do that. What do you think of the now overwhelming hate for Sinners, the Oscar noms? I know Twitter is miserable, but I have seen nothing but swear. Yeah, I think there's a lot of that, and it's always going to be that, which I get. That's why sometimes you guys hate on me to be like, why do you even bring up Twitter? To me, it's when I notice the people that are usually like hype, because I try to feed off my feed from that negativity. And so when I see the people that are generally positive and open-minded being critical, I was like, okay, so it seems like rational people are actually upset about this. But for the Sinner situation, Sinner's very much deserved. I think it'll be a case of how much they actually win at the Oscars, because I know they have this record now that they have like 60 nominations, which is awesome, well-deserved. But I'm looking at each category and I'm like, I don't know who will win. Like I think they have a real shot for Best Picture, but their only one that I think would outbeat them is One Battle After Another. And I can't be too mad about that. That's a great movie also. But I would like for Sinners to be the winner, man. But everything else I just don't know. It's a stacked category here. Let's see here. Speaking of Goku, have you ever heard of Lego Monkey Kid? It's a real amazing show, and the voice actor for Goku also voices son Wukong Monkey King. The character Goku is heavily inspired by. I do know of the inspiration behind Goku and all that. In fact, I think I even played the game inspired by that monkey story back on the Sega Genesis, believe it or not. But no, I've never heard of that Lego thing. Never heard of that. How would you do a Scary Movie 6 with these rules? A budget of Naked Guns, 610 movies can be spoofed, 6 of them must be horror movies, 6 deaths. Oh man, you're asking me to create a whole movie right now? Bro, I can't, but I think, okay, I have been thinking about this, and it's like every scary movie uses one movie to be the basis, be the skeleton for it, right? So Scary Movie 1 was Scream. Scary Movie 2 was a haunted, I think it was mainly 13 Ghost. Was 13 Ghosts was its like skeleton structure, because it was the haunted house, characters were trapped in there and things would happen. And then Scary Movie 3 was The Ring. That was their skeleton structure, because you gotta die in 7 days. Sydney, the TV's leaking. So with 6, I'm like, we need a structure. And I don't know if this is gonna be the one, but the one that comes to me that needs to be the structure is I think Get Out. I think Get Out was just probably one of the biggest horror movies, or one of the movies that kind of changed the trajectory of where horror went, because horror was looked at slightly more seriously after Jordan Peele's Get Out, and more people started making A24 elevated type of horror movies. And I think that's going to be a thing they really want to make fun of, aside from also reboots and sequels, which will probably be a big basis too. If not that, you're right. I see you, Blue Wolf, in the chat. Halloween 2018. Halloween 2018 or Get Out. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, Halloween 2018 is probably the better choice. I'm just thinking of a movie that lets you easily insert in other movies. Because that's going to be the hard part. I think with Get Out, there's a possibility, because you have that land. There was all these different characters coming in and discovering stuff. With Halloween 2018, I guess you could also do it that way as well. But that would be kind of it. Smile, I hope, is something that gets made fun of. That'd be good. Think RDJ really believes there's a good story being as Doom, or is the money really that good? He turned down the Odyssey. Wow, he turned down the Odyssey. The reason I knew Robert Downey Jr. would be coming back is he won his Oscar. I remember whenever Robert Downey Jr. won his Oscar, and everybody was like, "Oh, that's it. He's never going back to Marvel. He's there." Honestly, that feels like no, I got what I needed. I proved I'm here. Let me go back to them paychecks now. That's how I saw that. I knew, like, oh, he's going back to Marvel immediately now. And why not, dude? You know how much money they probably paying him to be Doom? I think it's like 50, 80 million. It's a crazy amount of money. And look, we all say we'd never sell out. We never do that. No, homie. Give me 50, 80 million. I'm doing it all on stream. I don't care. I'd take it. So, Downey, I don't blame you. 100 mil? Ooh. Ooh. Crazy to even ask the question then. That's what they paid him. That's an insane amount. Which individual TV seasons are your favorite? Individual TV seasons? Ooh, that's a kind of a toughie to pick. I don't really think of it like that, just individual seasons. I think about like the individual show. Like Stranger Things season 3 was still my favorite. I know a lot of people don't, but I still like that one. I think the vibes were there, and it was the right scale of big stuff without going over the top. I like the 80s vibe in that. So season 3 of that. I guess the final season of Breaking Bad, I thought, just hit a lot of high notes, and like it culminated really well to everything the show was building up towards. I think it was like season 4 of Supernatural was also like the high point for me. That's when like the show peaked, and I could just never get back into it as well. Trying to think of what else. Some of y'all throw it in the chat. Ben 10 Comics coming soon. Well, that's cool. Game of Thrones season 4. That's a good one for y'all. That's a good one. Walking Dead season 1. You're right. Sometimes there's just great season 1s, and then they just go downhill from there. If you're talking about Dragon Ball in terms of arcs, since they don't have seasons, favorite arc. You know what? I've always liked the Majin Buu arc. I don't know why that gets so much hate. I get the Cell Saga's peak, and there's a lot of great stuff in there, and Goku wasn't lobotomized yet, so he was still kind of smart and strategic, and Gohan is my favorite character, of course, but I liked a lot of the Buu stuff. I liked a lot of the Majin Buu stuff. In terms of Spider-Man, well, season's Spectacular Spider-Man. Season where he gets the black suit and the Sinister Six fight him. I remember that being a lot of peak. All right. Remember someone did a backflip in the theater for No Way Home. We need that kind of energy for Doomsday. We need someone doing a backflip on someone's grandmother. Make it happen. I don't hate Andy Muschietti, but I personally would love for Sam Raimi to direct the movie. He said he's been wanting to do it. Thoughts? Of course I would love Sam Raimi to do it. I think he'd actually do a pretty good job. But the funniest thing is, ever since that came out, that Sam Raimi's like, I want to do a Batman movie. There was one hero online, one human being that I look up to now, who was doing nothing but spamming. Sam Raimi said he wants to make Batman. Sam Raimi said he wants to make Batman. And James Gunn doesn't mean you have to spam. So James Gunn is now aware. He's acknowledged it. He's made abundantly clear, and he's just like, don't spam me, man. Look, I hate spammers as much as the next person. I appreciate right now the moderators I have here doing a great job. I'm seeing you doing well on the stream. Thank you so much. But I think this is a spam I support. This is a spam I think I can get behind. And if you will all join me along now to every Instagram post James Gunn makes or on Threads, he will never not know Sam Raimi wants to make a Batman movie. I think we just have to. It's the right thing to do. He didn't answer the question. I think we must. We must continue the spam. Do never let this die. I want this to be there when he goes to bed at night. Sam Raimi wants to do a Spider-Man. It was a Batman movie. It's like he'll never let it happen, but it's fine. It's fine. And I have seen the movie Send Help. I'll be able to post my review on that on the 26th. So, tomorrow I got to send that footage to my editor. That's the latest Sam Raimi movie. Got some interesting stuff to say about that one. Face depression this week. Thank you for the live. Oh, no problem. Here to help you. Hopefully I cheer you up and you have a goofy fun time, man. We all get the slumps, man. We're here together though. Hi, can you please make a video promoting your Spotify? Well, I mean, I think it's just a fan that really did it, and I'm okay with it if they want to. But I don't see making a whole video to promote it, man. Come on now. Andy Muschietti is producer on a new animated Powerpuff Girls theatrical film, or him on an HBO Max miniseries reboot of the Never-Ending Story. I'd take Powerpuff Girls. I loved that show as a kid. Let's see it happen. Let's bring in him, Mojo, Jojo, the Green Gang, and that one orange hair lady you could never see her face. I saw plenty, though. Mike Flanagan writing for a remake of Neverending Story, or Brad Bird, a legacy sequel to Iron Giant. Iron Giant is one of the... I'm the guy who's like, sequel to anything, reboot anything. I just want it. I want it. Iron Giant is one of those such perfect movies. I don't know how you make a sequel to that, especially with the ending of the movie. Would you retcon that the giant, survived or whatnot, or what is he rebuilt and it's technically a different giant? Like, I'm sure there's a story you could tell, but man, Iron Giant is so perfect one and done. I don't know how you continue on. So I think by default, I have to say Neverending Story with Mike Flanagan. I think Jill and Stu are the killers in Scream 7. I would not just be hyped because it's like, well, there's a possibility Stu, right, could be, because we still don't know if he's alive or dead. I'm thinking he's going to still be dead the whole time and it's going to be someone using AI. But dude, I would love to see Jill alive. Jill, I just love the mastermind she was, and the way in Scream 4 she got to really get away with it just a little bit. I just kind of want that in a Scream movie. Why can't we have a Scream movie where the killer got away with it? Let's just do, you're making 10 sequels. Can we at least have a continuous story and a villain that we could follow movie to movie? My Time Show says Kamala, Kate, and Cassie. Kamala will have a scene together in Doomsday to set up a big role for them in Secret Wars and their own show, The Champions. Are we still doing shows? I was hoping when Secret Wars gets rebooted, we're kind of done with shows. I would rather them stick to just specials, like the Punisher special. If they want to do stuff like that, then just stick to specials. I don't know. Although I'm saying that, surprisingly, getting a ton of great reviews for the Wonder Man show. Wonder Man show is getting a ton of good reviews. So maybe, hey, if they actually produce something good, I'll be there. I was not looking forward at all to Wonder Man, but these positive reviews got me like, okay, I'll check it out. Are you going to review Iron Lung? Yes, sir. Thoughts on Pitch Meeting? If no, please check out ASAP. Oh yeah, funny stuff. They do good work. Really great concept. They will infinite money glitch as a YouTube content creator, if you ask me. Good stuff. If Freddy Krueger came into your dreams, I'm coming into him. What's a scenario he'd put you in where you'd actually have the upper hand against him? Okay, so I envision the Dune popcorn bucket. But because it's Freddy, the bucket is covered in his sweater at first, right? And he's tempting me. He's just like, he's got butter there, but I don't see no popcorn. I don't see no kernels. And this could be the start for a really bad death scene. Because you know what Papa's thinking. You know what he wants to do to that bucket. And I am also an advanced dreamer. I don't know about you. I know what I'm dreaming. And it's a gift and a curse. Because I do, once it takes me a minute as a dreamer, as an advanced dreamer, to know I'm in the dream, but I will eventually always know I am in a dream. And when that's the case, you better not be near me. You better not be around me, because I still haven't figured out how to control aspects of my dream, but sure almighty do I try to take the wheel and steer it down fun lane. Know what I'm saying? I can't tell you how many times that's such a fun thing to like, oh, dude, I'm dreaming. I'm going to punch you in the face. Ugh. But every time you go for that punch, it's like your arm all of a sudden weighs 1,000 pounds and you can't do what you're thinking. There's advanced dreaming is not for the weak, okay? So I'll do the thing where I want to run away, or what I like to do a lot is just heavy think. You can't think too hard, because once you think too hard, you wake yourself up. Use too much brain power and you alert yourself. You can't. It has to be the right amount of thinking hard. But I always go to fly. No matter what I'm doing, I'm like, I just want to fly, and because it's just fun feeling. But then there's the other ones. Third grade math teacher, we meet again. Enough with the button. What was the question? Question was, what would you do if Freddy Krueger was there? Chat found out I am Freddy Krueger. Cornball over here. 5 movies you want for the new DC universe. Also, you don't really look like Danny Ramirez. You're more of an Anthony Mackie. Let me do the Anthony Mackie. Well, someone put it on the Reddit. I'll do my best Anthony Mackie look, and let's see. Don't just put me next to him. Don't do any editing to me, man. Don't get me canceled here. All right, all right. That's my best Anthony Mackie. Hopefully it works, and we'll see. No AI editing either. Yes, please. Just put me side by side next to that Anthony Mackie photo. You know which one I'm talking about. Really like how Yoshi is nonverbal, just like the game. Some characters, in my honest, are more lovable when they don't speak, like Bullseye from Toy Story. Yeah, I agree, and that's a great way to go. And like the current debate amongst video game fans is whether to do that to Metal Sonic. And I see the pros, I see the cons in each one, because I don't know. You ask me, I kind of want Metal Sonic to speak. It's part of him. Part of Metal Sonic's shtick is that he believes he's the real Sonic and that Sonic is the imposter, he's the evil one. I don't think you can get that across unless he speaks, unless you give him OP insane dialogue of, I am Sonic, you are an imposter, something, give it some really tough lines. But there's people who are like, no, don't let him speak. Don't let him talk. Just let him be the silent, deadly character. I'm like, I kind of want him to talk, though. Metal Sonic doesn't have a mouth, but he's got speakers. Right there, what on the side, what are those? Speakers. These aren't dimples. Those are speakers. Oh, just saying. All right. Are you going to get the Iron Lung popcorn bucket? I don't have a 3D printer, so I wouldn't be able to make it. But if I can find it in the wild somehow, I'll show it off here. Wonder Man early reviews thoughts. Surprised. So yeah, again, I was talking about that with the Wonder Man. So they were saying It's actually a pretty nice show, but it's a very different kind of Marvel show in the sense that it's kind of like it's a show where it's like some people have asked this ever since the MCU was created. What's it like for the everyday person to just live in the MCU? To know a god like Thor exists, a purple guy came down and snapped away half the world. Like, what is it like for just a regular person to be living amongst other heroes? And people said that's kind of what Wonder Man is just the viewpoint of a regular person trying to go about their lives where everything involving superheroes is real. And maybe that sounds boring or lame, but they say it's actually pretty interesting. And the one thing I forgot about, Wonder Man is being directed or was directed by Destin Daniel Cretton. He was at one point handed Avengers Kang Dynasty. Let's not forget that. But he's doing Spider-Man Brand New Day now. I was like, I completely forgot about that aspect because I had no interest in Wonder Man at all. Like the whole bringing back Trevor, freaking guy from Iron Man 3 and all this. I'm just like, I don't care, man. I don't care. But the reviews are good and people saying like the show's actually kind of interesting in that aspect. I'll watch it then. Well, I was going to watch it either way, but I'll watch it now a little bit more excited. Been watching you for 6 years. Love everything you do. Oh, thank you, King. King Glove or King Olive. Either way, thank you, King. Thank you. Saw Hamnet. I never know how to Hamnet. With my sister and my mom. It was an emotional experience and one of Chloe Zhao's best movies. Yeah, I have to catch up on a few of my ones. I still have not seen Hamnet, and I haven't seen Sentimental Value. Those are the two, and Secret Agent. Those are the three ones that I have not seen out of everything on the list. They announced another Sonic project after the event film from Daniel RPK. Could it be part 2 to a universe? Well, they didn't announce it. Daniel RPK scooped it, and he's been scooping a lot of Sonic stuff. Not to call him wrong, but it's a lot of stuff where it's more like we have to wait and see if that ends up becoming true. But yes, I did see that they have the Sonic movie coming out, a supposedly spin-off project, and there was even a rumor of like an animated movie. And I like the fan theory someone threw out there on my last stream that what if like Sonic 4 was the last like live action Sonic movie, but they continue the series in CG and like 3D animated form because Sonic will now go to other planets or other things, and that's more expensive. And just like with Transformers 1, it gives them more liberties to do that kind of stuff. It's like, I wouldn't mind that. That'd be kind of cool. I always said the thing that could make Sonic go explore the world, have the twist be Long Claw's alive and somewhere out there, Sonic will drop everything to go find her in the cosmos. I think that'd be a good way to get that story going. IDK, how many buckets I need? I'm at... You can always make more. How well do you think Send Help is going to perform? See, that's the thing, and I'll definitely talk about that in my review. Send Help is definitely a movie where the film fans and those who know who Sam Raimi is are going to get probably a huge kick out of. But it is the movie where you show your Bob and she's like, honey, this is weird. But I'll talk about it more in my spoiler-free review. I think I'll put that up Monday. What happened to your Megamind 2 review? Okay. Oh, did they take it down? No. That just happens sometimes. The peacock. They get to me. Let's see. I'll look right now. Was it Megamind? Megamind. Oh, yeah. It got the copyright. I'll have to try and unblock it here. Let me just trying to hide some of the other statistics, but looking at my report here, it says blocked copyright infringement. So the cock got to me. Peacock. I don't know. It's not even. It was there. You guys saw it. So annoying. Are you open to getting into WWE? I just don't know how. Do I just start watching every Monday night now? Is that how I get into it? Is there like a recap video I need to get into? John Cena's gone now. Does it even matter? Who's the new John Cena? Like currently, who's the new? Let me know in the chat, WWE fans. Who's the current day John Cena The Rock for WWE? Like, who's the next big boy? Alfred Molina Doc Ock or PS4 Doc Ock? Alfred Molina. Although the PS4 Doc Ock is still cool, but I liked Alfred Molina. I thought he was pretty good. I thought he was good. Okay, someone said Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns. Cody. Okay, so it's Cody Rhodes, and he's about to be in the Street Fighter movie, right? He's the one playing the guy with like the blonde hair all up. Roman and Cody. Okay, someone said Logan Paul. Tricky Willie. There's a guy in there named Tricky Willie. Wouldn't want to catch him in the showers after. Okay, cool. Good to know. Good to know. Let's see if that Anthony Mackie photo is up yet. Oh, we got it. We're the next Rush Hour. Right here. Rush Hour 5. They didn't know they could be partners, but they were. It's pretty good. That matchup was pretty good. I'm scared to go. What? Okay, now that's not the photo. What is that? Oh, yeah. Twins. Twins. I just need the little stash like him. Good stuff. All right. Hey, Chris, just started my letterbox journey. Here to remind you to update yours. I take a lot of your reviews into movies that I see all the time. I know. I really should. You would think as a movie reviewer and a guy who does this for a living, yes, obviously. But I think the thing that holds me back is I feel like I can't just put like a 4, 5 star, 3 star, whatever rating I give to a movie, because I feel like I need to dedicate a nice paragraph or an explanation behind the review, because I am a reviewer and I want to give my thoughts. And other times I'm like, oh, should I just do a funny sentence? That's what some people do, like one battle after another. More like, oh, jeez, come on now, Chris, come on. You like black girls? I love them. If you saw the movie, that'll make sense. But yes, I should. Especially it's the beginning of the year. It'd be easy to catch up on that. So yeah. Someone said what? Oh, anybody who hasn't seen one battle after another yet, it's like, huh? What did he just say? Someone just said, yeah. Nice, man. Nice. Smile 3 update and story for movie. Has there been one? If there's one, I'll check it out. I'm very curious, especially with the way Smile 2 ended. I'm looking right now. I don't see any updates. But I hope it happens, man. I thought Smile 2 was great. Spawn film with the bottom cinematography be peak. Oh, with the Batman cinematography would be peak. I'm still waiting for that Spawn movie. Spawn is like the new Five Nights at Freddy's for Blumhouse, where they're saying they're making the movie. We get tiny updates every other year, but it's gonna take like 10 years for that movie to actually get made. Don't know what's taking so long. Did you watch the new Game of Thrones spin-off Night of the Seven Kingdoms? Surprisingly fun and can't wait for Eps 2 tonight. Well, I've never actually even seen Game of Thrones. That's one of those things I never got into or never got went to look up. I know people love it, and by the time I heard about it and its popularity, it was when the last season was coming out, and then everybody hated the last season. I was like, well, what's the point of binging if I'm gonna hate the last season? But people still say, no, it's still worth it, even with the last season being bad. I was like, okay, maybe one day. Pokemon should continue Ash's story in a live. I agree. I am so shocked. The first live action Pokemon movie, they were like, Detective Pikachu. Not the card game, not the manga, not the show. No. This Nintendo DS game. Okay. This. What do you expect to be revealed at CinemaCon? Ooh, It's always hard to say because sometimes it's them announcing things for the future, and even what they announce, sometimes too good to be true. Don't forget, like 2 years ago, they promised us Last Ronin, only for now to be revealed. Nah, never mind. We're not doing that. Shame on you, Paramount. If anything, I think just sticking to what is actually being released, and so like the movies that are actually on the calendar for 2026. So hopefully some Spider-Man Brand New Day stuff would be cool. I'm not sure if Sony would bust out. It'd be honestly, Sony needs to start busting out some marketing. Movie is less than 6 months away now. No trailer, no poster. What going on? What going on? Um, but yeah, we'll see. And yeah, they remember the El Muerto thing, and that never ended up happening. So I think they try to stay away from announcing huge things and just stick to what is on the calendar for this year. So if you want to know what's at CinemaCon, just look at what each studio is releasing in 2026, and it'll probably be talked about. What's your usual live schedule? I don't have one because I'm a terrible adult who now is responsible for another human being, a child. Um, Even more so with my little kid here, and I don't want to abandon my lady to have him. She needs breaks too, right? So it's just kind of up and down. I'm still sticking to Fridays. My go-to is always Friday at 6:30 Central Time. 6:30 CST is usually my go-to. That's always the plan. But if we have to make dinner late, if we have to do something slightly later, I'll push it to 7. I'll push it to 7:30. I think the latest I go is 8 CST, but if it gets past that, Papa's probably not streaming, and he'll try to do a Saturday or Sunday stream to make up for it. Just like today. Didn't do Friday, making it up with a Sunday stream. But I still try to give you a stream a week. And I appreciate you guys' patience with me. Everyone talking about Doomsday. How about Scary Movie 6 and Disclosure Day dropping same day in June? That's gonna be nuts. Oh, wow. I didn't even know they were gonna be the same day. That is gonna be nuts. Man, it'd be wild if Scary Movie 6 beat out Steven Spielberg's movie. But at the same time, Steven Spielberg films, while some of them have done really well, there's been just sometimes they just don't garner the buzz of like a Christopher Nolan, even a Jordan Peele movie, to some effect. Like, it's pretty interesting. Steven Spielberg is so obviously considered the GOAT in directing, but marketing wise doesn't pull so much. I think it's all the producer credits over the years where the Steven Spielberg name might not mean much, because Steven Spielberg would be plastered over the Transformer movies. He'd be plastered over a lot of stuff where it became, this guy does a lot, you know? I think it'll make money, but as far as who wins that weekend, that is going to be interesting to see. Working until midnight. I went potty to say hi. Watching the stream later tonight. Hope you have a good stream. See you when I clock out. Hey, appreciate you, Zach Meadow. And hey, you have a good shift. Hope everything's well. Get warm and comfortable, and I hope you enjoyed the stream, man. Did you see the fake Doomsday Funkos and the real advertisements for upcoming DC projects with release dates for the shows like Lantern's time frame? I didn't see that second one, but I did see the Doomsday Funko Pops you're talking about. It is hard to tell whether they're real or not, because it's really, you could just take an idea of what you've heard and what you've seen leak it and then make it into a Funko Pop. So let me see here. Funko. Like, these just look pretty standard. I'm not sure whether to believe them or not. What is it? Let's see here. Like, Steve Rogers, that's the rumor that he's just going to look like that he's not even going to have his Captain America outfit on, that he's mainly going to be him, long hair, a beard, and holding Mjolnir. And he's basically going to be Nomad, because the Captain America of this movie is Sam Wilson, which, man, I wish they gave him his white suit back. I like that white suit. But again, these are all characters we've kind of known, and these jackets have leaked through other stuff. So I think it's kind of easy for you to fake these while also probably end up being real at the same time. I mean, that's just a standard Doom kind of look too. But yeah, I even saw they tried doing it for Brand New Day, Spider-Man Brand New Day, and I'm like, come on now. Funko Pop leaks used to mean something. Dragon Ball is back and using original artwork and manga skins from Akira and Toyotaro, presented to you in the trailer for the Galactic Patrol arc. I cannot wait, though. I cannot wait. Will you be reviewing Cocomelon or Bluey now? I think I'm gonna make my kid a Bluey kid, but we'll see. Whenever he starts watching cartoons, maybe there's gonna be a new thing. They go through phases, right? There's Cocomelon, there was Peppa Pig. Tonight, now it's Bluey. Tomorrow it could be a hippo named Roger. Hey, Hippo the Roger's great for your kid. Hippo the Roger's been shot. Now what your kid watching? I do remember hearing though that like Cocomelon isn't actually good though for your kids because Cocomelon is too fast paced, so it promotes short attention span. And nowadays, parents want to they like are trying to make kids watch low energy cartoon, so it calms them down. It doesn't give them that like rapid feeling all the time. So I'll probably end up being a Bluey kid. Cold or could you pull up my Supergirl rant tweet? I'm Unk. Oh, that's you, Unk? What specifically do you want, Unk? I'll give you a little bit. Oh, let's see, Unk. Nothing's pulling up, Unk. Yeah. Unfortunately, Unk, not coming up right away. So I'll have to disqualify you for now. But I see your tweets all the time, buddy, so I'll read that later. And there are new Michael trailer. I did see like the 30-second new Michael trailer, but it didn't look like too much to go crazy over. Who do you think should be the main focus after Secret Wars? For me, Spider-Man, Magneto, and Cyclops. Well, definitely the X-Men. The X-Men are the focus, I think, of the MCU after Secret Wars. Spider-Man, big part. Black Panther. Whenever they redo Black Panther, because you got to think, although it'll be Black Panther 3, that'll technically also be our first movie with the new Black Panther, who is hopefully the new T'Challa, the new guy taking over, resetting things. But I don't think we'll see Ryan Coogler return. I mean, after Sinners, that man wants to do so much more, other original projects, other things up his sleeve. Black Panther 3, unfortunately, might be the last time we have Ryan Coogler in the MCU in a director's point. He could definitely stay on as a producer, consultant, things like that. I could see that happening. But I think Black Panther should be someone we kind of focus in on. See what else will we go. Ryan Coogler Blade would be awesome. But like I said, I think he wants to do so much more. He probably has other ideas. I don't want to say similar to Sinners, but original ideas. And hey, I'd really like to see him. Where's the Invincible season 4 3C? Oh yeah, they dropped the trailer for that. Looks good. Looks good. Invincible. It's honestly one of those things where I'm not that knowledgeable into the actual comics, so it's like I really don't get too much into it because I also like to be surprised for the actual show because I love the show. Show's going great. But I kind of just want to see it unfold. And so that's why I don't really like talk about the trailers and all that. I know Thrag is supposed to be like this big thing. I say I really just don't know much other than I like the trailer. We got the brother who's growing up now. He's looking less purple. I know that's a thing in the comics. A lot of great stuff. So I'm excited for it. Don't think my absence of talking about it is not because I'm not. It's just because I try to remain surprised with the show. And that's one of the few things where it's like, well, I don't really want to spoil myself. I just kind of want to enjoy that and watch it as it comes along. But yeah, looks good. Looks good. Hey, 3C, hope you and your family are doing great. I've been talking to this girl I really like, and I want to ask her to be my Valentine. Any pointers? Buddy, asking the wrong guy. I don't know what to tell you. I got lucky in my ventures. As far as just do it with some confidence, but not overly confident where you come off liking it. Just do it with some confidence. That's all it takes. I really wish I had better advice for you, but don't come to me for no dating advice, man. Just come to me for a bad movie take. That's what I'm good for. Those previous, it did stick to the manga's canon. Okay. Thank you. Those previous, it did stick to the manga's canon. Okay. Cannot wait for the Muppet Show reboot on ABC on February 5th. Oh, I hope it's good. I hope it's good, and I hope it stays alive for more than one season. But the Muppets, man, it's one of those shows that's just always on the edge of pure cancellation. I always recommend that you watch Chainsaw Man. Yes, I do need to watch that. You guys have said, I know there was a lot of people pissed that Chainsaw Man and Demon Slayer did not get nominated at the Oscars, which I gotta be honest with you, after having seen Elio, which is the one movie I would probably be like, it was good, but is it Oscar worthy, or is it just there to fill in the category because we only get a limited amount of animated movies a year? It's time we get an animated movie thrown into the Oscars, an anime movie into the animated category. Go to the 3215 timestamp of your review of the first three Fantastic Four movie. You're probably one of the only ones who know that the secret F means. Oh, I mean, yeah, we talked about it last time, Elio fan. I don't know if we gotta do that again. But I appreciate you, homie. I appreciate you, Elio fan. Will you be watching Shelter? Huge fan. Yeah, I'll try to. It's a Jason Statham movie. When does that one come out? That one's one of the there's always like a January Jason Statham movie, whether it's Beekeeper, Working Man, and now Shelter. These are just like movies that keep your dad alive when he's bored. When does this one come out? On the 30th as well? If it is, Iron Lung will be the priority. But if I can get time for that one, I'll do Shelter. Day 12 of No 3C short film. How icy are the roads? Pretty icy. My entire driveway is covered, which is fine because we're purposely staying home and we bought groceries at the beginning of the week to be good. But Monday we have a doctor's appointment for my little baby boy, and I'm kind of scared to drive on those roads. I've had terrible mishaps where one time my car has slid in this Texas weather and I hit a pole. I was okay and I was fine, but still, I was like 17 driving, and the car just moves and you can't do nothing until you hit something. It sucks. So, yeah, drive slow. That's not gonna help. 100 miles an hour. That's the best way because the tire is going so fast, it melts the ice. So you touch concrete again. Drive slow. Get a load of this guy. No, yeah, drive slow. Have you watched Percy Jackson season 2 yet? It's good. Honestly, no. Is it actually good? Did it get better? Did it get improved? Not to say the first season wasn't bad, but it wasn't hooking me in as much as I wanted. Maybe I still had some of the nostalgia for the Logan Lerman version, but there were times like I was watching it just catching me in a lull. If it's good and it's getting better, I'll get on it. Have you heard about the Sonic skins in Fortnite? I have heard. I wonder how they're going to do that. Are they just going to like make Sonic like really tall? Are they going to have him be a sidekick? I think I've seen like edits people make, but I don't know if I'd be okay with Sonic looking like that in Fortnite. Kind of like, there we go, like this. This is like an edit someone made, which honestly not that bad. Yes, it looks a little weird, but to match the proportions they need to, would not be that mad. I think I'd be okay if Sonic looked like that. That's not that crazy. I don't know, not that crazy. Are there chances they mess up Doomsday? Oh yeah, dude. Big chances. I like I said, there's been very little buildup. It seems like a crazy monumental multiverse story. Feels like a lot of people are also just sick of multiverse stories. Like there's a lot going against them. But I saw that Cyclops optic blast and I said, nope, gonna be peak. Are you going to Scaradise Horror Convention the end of February? Love the videos, by the way. Where is that? Scaradise? Scaradise Horror Convention. Scaradise Horror Convention. I've never heard of this. Oh, it's in Florida. Probably not, buddy. Probably not, unfortunately. I'm kind of locally based. So if there was any HorrorCon I'd be going to, it'd have to be a Texas one. But dang, a lot of good celebs going. That's going to be a packed one. A lot of great faces. A lot of good people. A lot of Screamcast. Screamcast is always earning a lot of money at these things, man. I'd like to know how much they make. Oh, Biff from Back to the Future there. If K-pop Demon Hunters wins both Oscar nominations, can you do a Huntrix cosplay? That's gonna take a lot of work, dude. Get if it's who I'm thinking about. Let me see here. Huntrix. Okay, yeah, there's gonna be a little bit of work there, but you know, I hope they win for animated film. And I know they're probably, it's like a 99% chance they're going to win for song also, just because that song went so everywhere. But I would really like for Sinners to win that one. That was such a great scene. Reason I say Alana Ubach is underrated is because if you look her IMDb, she has been in 176 projects and not just good at acting, she also voice acts and sings and is Latina. Sorry if I'm yapping. I just need to talk to someone about it. Hey, no. We did talk about it last time on stream, and I agree with you. Underrated and good. Sends some support here. Young Loss, thank you so much. Mark said there will be pre-sales for it on stream. Oh, nice. Nice. So there's a way to get it then. We get crazy comments on YouTube. Oops, other platforms. Where do you get crazy comments? Oh, like which platform has like the craziest? Okay, there is a level to it. I think YouTube, even though still you're gonna find negative comments anywhere. YouTube to me, nicest place is YouTube. If I want to look at some comments that might make me feel better, make me laugh, or have a discussion with some of my movie peeps, YouTube. I think that's mainly because YouTube is built off community and it's mainly your recurring viewers. And I think the comment section rewards those who come back and watch and comment often, so they'll end up on the top. So it's usually friendly people. But there's always, you scroll far enough, you'll see something that'll hurt your feelings. You look fat today, Chris. Okay. Okay, so YouTube's nicest. Then for me, I go TikTok. TikTok is still pretty cesspool-y in the comments section. The reason for that though is because TikTok, at least the way the algorithm works, most of the views, whether it's a video that blows up or not, is coming from people sometimes watching you from the first time. The way that works is like 20-30% of the views will be from your followers, people you like, and then the other 70-80 are from the For You page. So it's just people who happen to be scrolling and they're seeing you for the first time. And so sometimes meeting a stranger online, all this confidence, especially if they're hiding behind a profile with no picture, very easily they can say something mean and all that. So TikTok can get a little rotten there. Okay, then I go Instagram. People are confident on Instagram for some. Instagram, they're trying to make you cry. I don't know what it is. I'm not saying my comments, but I see that comment section all the time, and I think mostly negative comments on any Instagram Reels type of post. But Instagram is just like they're trying to hurt your feelings. They're trying to do something to get you to feel awful about yourself. So that's almost why I rarely post on Reels, but when I do, I post it and I never look at the comments. I don't want to know, buddy. I don't want to know. And then Facebook is the number one toxic cesspool, disgusting place. It is Instagram times 10. And I think it's just the old heads. It's the way Facebook, loves some of the most toxic, racist, awful people. So that's where I go. Saying Twitch, well, Twitch is more like live, right? And that's your community, right? Does Twitch really have like a comment section? Is my thing. But yeah, so that's the way I would go with it. No, dude, Reels is hilarious for the act. Let's scroll a little bit on Reels and see how much I get to a point where I have to cut off the stream. Let's just see. Is there a way I can like add my share screen? How do I get this? Okay, I'm gonna try to. We're gonna scroll Reels right now, and we're gonna see what happens. Let's just do it, man. Because and I need you to know too, I never scroll Reels. Rarely ever. I'm all TikTok. So I'm telling you this so you know I have no algorithm that Reels wants to show me, because whatchamacallit, because I don't want you thinking whatever Reels is about to show me is what I like to watch. That's basically what I'm trying to do. Says lock your phone and connect it. Okay, let me see. I'm trying to do this right, guys. Sorry, one sec. Oh, jeez. Oh, I have the wrong thing. Whatever. Is this the way to go? Okay, let's see. Oh, jeez. All right, let's. This is gonna be bad. Okay, well, right now this is just there. Does it even have sound? You guys tell me if it has sound here, but. All right, let's make mistake number 1. Yeah, let's have your parents not walk in. Okay. Okay, good. MCU related video. MCU related video. Perfectly normal right now. Hurting your child. Wow, that was way too close to the top. So, child endangerment. Okay, icy weather, punching glass. I think still normal. I think scale of 1 to 10 in weirdness, we're at a 3. Okay. Okay, all this hype and my Reels is pretty normal right now. It's like it knows I'm watching and about to show it to you. Oh, I like this one. Yeah, that goes hard. What did he? Okay, we just went to 7. We just went to 7. Everything was chill, everything was normal, everything was okay, and now we went to someone eating a squirrel. This is my friend page, so hang on. All right. And we hit 10. And we hit 10. I'm done. We're out. We're not seeing sound for that. We're done. That was it. I told you, man. I told you, Reels. It sneaks up on you. And it's stuff like that, dude. One time, I scrolled one time on Reels, and it was a guy with a Shrek 3D animated thing behind him, and just a Shrek filter clapping some guy's cheeks, and I'm like, why is this Reels? I told you, man. I told you. All right, we'll give it one more shot. We'll give it one more shot. I'll still leave it on there. I'm not changing anything. I'm not refreshing. We'll still do it. Let's see here. All right. Jesus, man. I don't know how to make it have sound. It's just not having sound right now. Oh, dude, it's him. I think that's the Shrek clapper I was talking about. Oh, my friend. I know him from the Escape Pod. Good stuff, making content. When work says it's still mandatory to come in on Monday. Okay, we all hate our jobs. Still good. If we started the thing at 1, we're still at 1. Not anywhere near 10. Take a dog in this cold weather. Okay, with a cute cat video, still at 1. It's some coworker humor. Good stuff. Totally fine. All right. Let's move on. We got more questions to answer. Someone's John in here. I think the Reels was just getting good. It's always something. It's always something on Reels. Nice to see you, Flickinger. All right, bro, I hope the power went out again. Also, I finally watched TMNT Mutant Mayhem. Oh, nice. And also, guys, if you have Paramount Plus, they uploaded the TMNT short that played in front of SpongeBob, which if you haven't seen it yet, watch it. It's really great. I think it's only like 5-7 minutes, but it's really great, and they uploaded it on Paramount Plus. So if you have that, you can now watch that. Will you be doing review videos for scary movie franchise in preparation? Yeah, I talked about this. I'll probably find a way to do it all in one kind of video. It's just a lot of times when you're reviewing other movies, when they're comedies, it's just like hard to make fun of a comedy that, you know? I can point out something serious and dumb in like an old 2000s superhero movie, but when it's like a movie that's intentionally stupid, it's kind of hard to giggle at, but I'll find a way. I'll find a way. Is that clip of Travis Scott in the Odyssey real? I have no idea, homie. I have no idea. Someone's gonna have to tell me because I did not know if that was real or not. Bro, no thinking. Goon to FNAF or TMNT. FNAF. Why would I goon to Four Brothers? And they're green. Maybe if Splinter joins in. Hey, 3 bottoms now. Go. FNAF. I get Chica. Bonnie's a chick, right? Or close enough. Moving on. Someone said it's real, the Travis Scott thing. Cool. Did you watch the Fallout show at all? Yes, I'm actually still on season 2 right now. Someone said they're kids. Well, that should have been my first no. that should have been number 1. Not that they're brothers, not that they're green, or that they're mutants, or even that they're animals. It should have been that they're children first, right? All right. See here. Did you watch the Fallout show? Yeah, season 2 is going good. I like it so far. I gotta admit, I prefer season 1 a little bit more. Last couple episodes have been kind of but still good. Season 2 is still good. Ben 10 is coming to Fortnite and Sonic. I cannot wait for Ben 10. I hope they make a live action of that. That's honestly Ben 10, Danny Phantom. Those would be peak. Come back to We Watch the Movies. We miss you, dude. Oh, if they invite me on or if they have me on a stream, I'll be there. They're great guys. A lot of fun. I'll watch my potty mouth too. What's a movie game franchise you've tried to get into, but it just wasn't your thing? Star Wars. Like again, nothing against it, and I know people love it, and I totally get why. I just can't get myself too into it. I fear I'd be that way if I like tried the James Bond movies. I don't know, they just never caught my attention, but that one's not fair because I've never watched the James Bond movie, so I need to give those a shot. A lot of like the Pirates of the Caribbean as well, but again, those are movies I just haven't given a chance to yet. So, but things that I have given a chance to are like just not for me. I'm trying to think of like what else. To me, it's like Star Wars because I just like I can't see myself like just like okay, I want to get into this. I want to do more. Oh, I gotta think about more. I think those are the ones right now. That's the one I feel. No, I know Danny Phantom's in Fortnite. I was talking about in movies. I have the Danny Fortnite skin. I have a fan film recommendation, Super Mario Chronicles. Okay, I'll keep that here on the list, and I'll check it out. Super Mario Chronicles. I just wrote that into my invisible notepad. I'm definitely checking it out. Hear me out. At the end of Brand New Day, we get a new version of Who Am I? I'm Spider-Man. What line in the Tom Holland movies comes close to some of the lines in the Tobey Maguire movies? Because yeah, that is such a great way to end the film. And the way, this is my gift. This is my curse. Who am I? I'm Spider-Man. Just awesome. Just awesome. I can't think of anything like that in the give me the Tom Holland line that comes close to that finale line. Because I'd like him to have his own. Yeah, that's one. Ned right there. What are you doing? Watching porn? That's pretty close. Mr. Stark, I'm Tom Holland. Who am I? I don't know. I can't think of like any like really outstanding lines. And again, I'm not trying to bash, but it's just like you could think of some in the Toby movies, but It would be hard. It would be hard, but I'd rather him get his own version of I Am Spider-Man, have his own line. Not gonna lie, I think Sam Raimi would cook with the Flash. Honestly, probably would have. Probably would have. Chris, please give Pirates of the Caribbean a chance. You are missing peak. I know. I do need to give those a chance. Yeah, my lady's hounding me all the time to see those because I think she's seen them and she likes them and she's like, you gotta watch them. I'm starting to do movie videos. Have any advice? Like I said, short form to find an audience and then transition to long form. But it's fast paced, no filler, and audio over camera quality in the beginning. No, people could watch a low quality video, but they don't want low quality audio. Chilling, watching ya in Ireland with my son, Rice, Reynold. I hope y'all are chilling good in Ireland. If Metal Sonic does talk, he shouldn't have a voice actor, but speak through a text-to-speech software. This is I would not mind that. And almost like Stephen Hawking kind of Metal Sonic. If they pick the right robotic voice, would not mind it. Roast my letter. Oh, come on, buddy. That's just free. You're not gonna trick me with that one. That's just free roasting on your letterbox there. How about just put the review in your super chat and I'll roast that. But I'll add you as a friend since you did super chat. Joseph Suffern. Thoughts on Invincible Season 4 trailer? I thought it looked good. Looked awesome. I can't wait to see it. In a couple of months, it will be your 10th year on YouTube. Do you ever look back on how much your life has changed and how some of us have grown up with you? That part blows my mind that some of y'all have grown up with me because I don't feel like that kind of YouTuber at all. That it's like I still feel like I've only really been doing this for 2 or 3 years. And so when some of y'all tell me I was in middle school and now I just graduated high school or this and that blows my mind. But yeah, I do sit back from time to time and I go, dude, I can't believe this is my life. I can't believe I get to do this, especially when I go to press screenings. Like my job is to go see a movie that night. When I get to make a fun video and all that kind of stuff. I think about it more now when I start to get not ungrateful, but when I start to get lazy sometimes where it's like, oh, I got to make this video or I got to do this, or it's like, I just not in the mood. I don't have the energy. And it's just like, that's moments where I'm just like, well, if this was any other job, I can't do that. I have to pay bills. I have to do that. I have to show up to work. The way I used to is like, you should be grateful that you could just get up and be dumb on a video. So yeah, it is crazy. It is crazy. Any news on Terrifier 4? From what I did see, Damien Leone, the director, he was teasing some sort of announcement or something coming soon. He reposted a video that a fan noticed. I think it was actually Killjoy Jake, nice creator on YouTube. But he noticed that Damien Leone changed his bio to Terrifier 4 soon. He recently changed that on his bio, and Damien Leone himself reposted the video saying that there's news coming. So it seems like something's coming soon. We'll see. If you want Emilio to grow up to be a man, you have to show him live action Canada. Oh, he's seen all the cringy movies I grew up with, and I can't wait to see the cringy movies he makes me watch. Dad, the Roblox movie with Chris Pratt. I need to, Dad. Please. When's the OF, Chris? When I get canceled. When I get canceled, I'm either grifting or I'm OFing. Maybe both. Have you seen Avengers Doomsday Funkos? Yeah, we just talked about that. Curious to know your thoughts on the look of Steve Rogers. If that does end up being his look, I guess it'll be fine. I totally get why they don't want to put him in the Captain America suit because it's like the thing people were like complaining about when when Chris Evans was announced. A lot of people being like, well, then why would they do that to Sam Wilson? What's the point of making him Captain America if you're just going to undermine him and bring him back? So they're not going to put him in the costume for those exact criticisms, is to still let Sam Wilson be the Captain America, have him hold that shield. But it's like, still would have been nice to put him in a costume, just in a brown shirt and pants with Mjolnir. Give him an outfit. Update your dang letterbox. All right, I'll update it after this. Super Bowl trailer predictions. That'll probably be a YouTube video. That'll probably be a YouTube video that I do. Always do it around Super Bowl time. I think Supergirl, dude, we need Spider-Man. The world needs Spider-Man. but Sony is notorious for almost never promoting as a Super Bowl. But this is a time where it's like they need to because they're not doing any promotion for Brand New Day right now. 17 miles away. From my house or what, homie? I'm just going to say it. They're hiding the Galaxy stuff from the trailers of a Mario Galaxy movie. I agree. But hopefully it's in the film and then we're all could be happy about it. When not if? Oh, sorry. When not if? What is somebody says that? What's when not if? What did I say wrong? Oh. Let's see here. Are you going? Let's see here. Are you going to the Scare Dice Horror Convention in February with Matthew Lillard? Oh, no. Like I said, it's Florida. I'm local. Sorry about that, but I hope you have fun. Any 3C lore on Cheese Whiz? Don't think I've had Cheese Whiz. Is that like the cheese that comes out of like the can and stuff? I see it all the time in the movies. That's one of those things as a kid you wanted desperately. I think especially because it was in the Goofy movie, the little friend who just Cheese Whiz. And I'm like, I want some of that cheese in my mouth. But yeah. Really look up to you, Chris. Keep being awesome. Well, thank you. 12 miles to, oh my goodness, by the end of this stream I'm gonna be dead. How do you process the fact that people like me genuinely would rather watch your video streams and have you as our number one over huger YouTubers? It feels like a lot of pressure because it's like I feel like I should be providing you with a video a day. I should be keeping up the quality. If anything, I need the quality to go higher. I need to make sure I always stay fresh and relevant. It's a lot of pressure, but it's a happy pressure to have, and I'm honored to feel that. 9 miles. Oh my goodness. Would you have thought you would be successful on YouTube? What's with all this YouTube questions lately, man? You guys are, I'm not against them. I'm happy to. But no, I mean there was a period when it was like the first 2 years and videos were still tanking and the realization was setting in that I was like I'm a 20-year-old trying to make it on YouTube. And even back then, it was already like oh, it's too late to be an influencer. It's way too late to try and be a social media star. It's like that ship sailed a long time ago. But now, I say now is easier than ever if you want, not trying to give you hope, but it is more easier now than it was back then because of things like TikTok and short form, because those algorithms find your audience when the YouTube, a lot of the people have to grow up on is hoping someone looks for your content, which is a lot harder. So yeah, it did kind of blow my mind that I'm one of the dogs. What can I say? Should the Oscars add legacy awards like Emmys did? I think the Oscars does have like lifetime achievement type awards. No, I think like some people, I think Jackie Chan has gotten an Oscar. Tom Cruise maybe one. I'm pretty sure there's like some sort of, maybe am I thinking about this? I'm pretty sure the Oscars have that. Jackie Chan Oscars. Jackie Chan received an honorary Academy Award at the 8th Annual Governor's Award on November 16 to recognize his extraordinary achievements. Yeah, so the Oscars do have a sort of like legacy honorary award. It just doesn't get talked about enough. 6 miles until I arrive. Oh, until I arrive at Arby's for context. Hey, get me an Arby's melt. Remind me of what do you want to see the most in the Brand New Day trailer? Some Spider-Man action scenes. I want to see what Daniel Cretton was cooking on just a smidgen an idea of where the plot is going, because some of the stuff is really like not confusing me, but making me wonder where is this headed. But mainly the action sequences. I want to see just the different style from what John Watts brought. Are you still going to do popcorn buckets in 26? If it's still big enough and there's some worthy enough to talk about, if it's a year where everybody just came out with heads as buckets, then no. If it's like if 2026 had some pretty unique ones, but if they're all pretty bland, we've seen them done before kind of buckets, it's time to hang up my bucket. You should apply for the Fallout game show. I actually got an email for that I got an email for that and the Mr. Beast games. I don't think that means they were automatically going to accept me, but I think I was on some sort of like influencer thing where it's like, you want to be Mr. Beast? You want to apply? It wasn't a guaranteed in, and they probably wouldn't have picked me, but I just think about how much those shows might take away from the time of me doing stuff on the channel. Show Braun Breaker spearing show speed in YouTube, WWE. That feels like that'd be a. Let's see, Braun Breaker show spear. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. I've seen this. Yeah, that happened to Speed. I saw this floating around. I was like, oh, poor Speed. That must have hurt, dude. It's right here. Here we go. Oh, dude, no. That's oh. Dude, he lucky his neck wasn't broken the way he fell on that. That's crazy. Yeah, I've seen that clip. Oh, insanity. Speed is the Terminator, man. The athletic ability and the things that guy has done, crazy. Percy Jackson season 2 was a lot better. Season 3 coming this year. Okay, nice. I'll keep that in mind. Have you seen the mall trailer? Yeah. Like I said, not huge on Star Wars, so like it didn't really move the needle for me in terms of something I'm going to jump to watch. I more stick to the theatrical stuff, but that did look cool. The last like TV thing, Star Wars, that actually made me watch and I enjoyed it was Skeleton Crew. I thought Skeleton Crew was nice. It sucks that it didn't get a lot of views and they're not going to continue it, but I like Skeleton Crew. Would you watch a Jimmy Olsen in the Backroom show? Each episode a new level for season 1. He's a photographer, so it'd be a found footage style type. Sure. Let me call James Gunn and pitch it to him after I tell him Sam Raimi wants to direct Batman. After Sonic 4, they should have the Universal film set up like an Infinity War Endgame type of movie, split into 2 parts, because didn't Jeff Fowler said they want to create a Sonic Endgame when they would go animated after. I don't know if they officially said the animated after part, but they did say they want to do like their own Endgame and all that. And so, but to do that, they need to start introducing more characters, man. Do you have a favorite anime movie? Let me put you on your name and a silent okay, please do. I'll put that off to the actual side here. Honestly, no, because I think the only ones that come to mind are like the Dragon Ball movies, like Broly, or definitely the Trunks History of Trunks movie, the Bardock movie. Those are the anime movies I watched. There's got to have been other ones I've seen though. Oh, I've seen Kira, obviously like that. No, I need to deep more into that. And I've seen basically all the Dragon Ball movies, and some of them are not good. Like whenever Broly became Bio Broly, what was that BS? Some of the like real filler. I wasn't even a huge fan. As much as I love Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo, was not big on that recent Dragon Ball movie they did. I was like, superhero, yeah. Spirited Away. Okay, some nice ones in the chat. Spirited Away, Wolf Children, L Take. It seemed like a lazy way to level up 2 great characters. Just get them angry and they'll reach the power level they need to. It's like that's the one trope I'm sick about with Dragon Ball. It's just power level after power level, hair color after hair color. But at a certain point, they don't mean much if you just do it every time they're angry, you know? Spider-Man, Chainsaw Man. Okay, Chainsaw Man's got to go on the list. The Demon Slayer movie was like get talked about a lot, so I need to do that. Vegeta movie would go hard. I'd love like a Vegeta growing up movie. Vegeta as like a kid trained by his dad and all that stuff. Almost like the Bardock movie but from Vegeta's standpoint would be cool. Yeah. The Janemba movie. Yeah, that was good. Okay, good stuff. Sorry. And then just turned back into Dragon Ball talk. I got called the R word in my YouTube comments. Oh, that's not nice. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, that happens. Which main Justice League superhero will come to the DCU next? I'm thinking Wonder Woman, though I'm also weirdly seeing Martian Manhunter in. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people guessing Martian Manhunter because there's supposed to be one more secret hero being added to the movie that we don't know. Martian Manhunter would make sense because it'd be a good way to set up the stakes and show the threat of Brainiac. Because you want to show that he can kill planets, he can destroy things, and Martian Manhunter, usually his origin is, he comes from a planet that's getting wiped out or that he's the last of his kind. I know it's usually through the white Martians, but I mean, the movies, they can retcon and change things. So if he's like the last survivor from like a planet that was doomed by Brainiac, he comes, tells Superman, tells Earth, and then they prepare, right? Uh, so yeah. Why is Travis Scott in Nolan's The Odyssey? Honest, because Christopher Nolan knows ball. I love Christopher Nolan because he is an amazing director, but he is not pretentious. He does not only watch Russian cinema in black and white with a pigeon as the main character or something. Christopher Nolan has gone on record. He loves the Fast and Furious franchise. One of his favorite movies is MacGruber, which, yeah, fun comedy. And he was a fan of Drake and Josh and was one of the reasons he cast Josh Peck to be in the Odyssey. So it would not surprise me if when Christopher Nolan's on the treadmill or if when he's at his home gym, he's blasting some Travis Scott. He was probably scrolling on TikTok, all those Travis Scott memes whenever his meal came out. You know what I'm here for. We'll see. Nolan knows his stuff. Weren't you supposed to read the real comments, bro? Oh no. Oh, was that the point of me pulling? No, the point of me pulling up the reels was to show you how messed up that algorithm is and how weird and sexual all that content gets. Thanks for the Timu heated rivalry on your reels. 3C, I love you so much. I heard you're getting to be making an appearance in Doomsday as you're going to Aura clashing with Cyclops, dude. I'd let him have the Aura. I'd let him have it for the day. He needs it. You seen the Gugulunuma Marvel edits? 'Tis tough. I don't think I have seen those. A lot of people who do great edits. I've seen some nice edits of me. You people are nice. I got to check those out. Theory for the end of Doomsday. We see the incursions collide all the worlds, and we see different old Marvel movie characters and how it affects them. That'd be cool. I'd like to see that. Definitely think the movie's ending on a bad note like that, with like Battle World being formed or Doom winning. I just deleted my TikTok account. It has changed for the worse. Going to just stick with YouTube. I am watching Mercy on Tuesday. Hopefully I like it. Hey, hope you like it. And yeah, no problem. It's always good to cleanse yourself of some of that stuff too. It's never good to just cling on social media. Have you seen? Yeah, I've seen F1. Was one of my. You said here it was one of my favorite films of 2025. I really liked F1. I enjoyed it a lot. I gotta admit, I was slightly surprised it got the Oscar nom. It was still a good movie. But yeah, and I'm even curious what they're gonna do with F2. Because there's talks about another one. Because the way that movie went didn't really seem like we'd be sticking to Formula One racing at the end. He's just more a guy who likes to drive fast, and if any challenge he can find, he's gonna find it. But it was a good movie. Campia show appearance lore. How'd that happen? Well, I've been able to have like a couple conversations with Campia. Like, when you guys seen that Campia was doing like his tour around the country and going to different states. When he came to Dallas, I was like, well, let me stop by. Maybe we'll have overlapping fans. So if Campia I don't get to say hi to Campia, at least I'll get to say hi to other fans. And yeah, I saw a lot of fans that day. A lot of people recognized me, and Campia did see me, and he pulled me to the front. Like I got to say a little tiny speech of like, hey guys, hey, welcome to Dallas. And then from there, he just emailed me randomly, was like, hey, I'm doing this new segment where I get the perspective of other creators. You want to in? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. I should have asked him about Doomsday. I should have asked him more stuff. But if I'm being honest, I would have blabbed it. So it's a good thing he didn't tell me. Hey Chris, I've been a fan for years. Congrats on becoming a father. I just had my first kid 3 months ago. Hey, congrats to you. I live in Virginia, but real estate is too expensive. I've been thinking about Texas. Any advice? As a real Texan, I should tell you to go away, get out of here, because it's getting too packed. But because you're a 3C fan, I'll sneak you in. I'll Harriet Tubman style let you get in here, buddy. That's the one thing Texas has become, because it's like that nice middle ground of affordable, growing, nice and new. But now we are getting way too many people. After the pandemic, a lot of people sold their houses in rich areas and then came over here to Texas and bought everything up. I remember growing up, not much traffic in Texas, in Dallas. Like I could go anywhere I needed to pretty calmly or nice. Traffic is a real thing here now in Texas because too many people have moved in. Um, so that's kind of a bummer, but it is nice. It is some nice areas around here. I don't know what I'd recommend for you. It all depends on what you'd like, but some good areas in Texas. And Texas, I also saw Dallas wise. There was like an article or a study done that Dallas slash Texas is one of the number one places where people will not move out, that they will stay living here because once they go to other places, they realize how good they have it here. And I do agree with that because growing up, I thought I was someone that wanted to live in LA, wanted to live in New York like Spider Man. And then you grow up and you visit New York, you visit LA, you go to other places, Florida, Orlando, and you're like, I miss Texas. I miss Dallas. Maybe that's just a homesick feeling, or I got so used to the comfort around here, but I do feel that way. So, not a bad place. Some people say Florida's goated. Florida is nice. There's some nicer parts in there. It's the humidity in Florida I can't stand. I can't do the humidity. To be hot and sticky? No, no, no. I'd rather just be hot, like in Texas, because it's a dry heat. So it's just dry and hot. Hot and sticky? No, no for me. When I can feel like my butt crack is a sticky note, that's a pretty image for some of y'all. Do you plan to watch season 2 of live action One Piece? Yeah, I liked season 1, so I'll definitely be checking out season 2. Swamp ass. Hey, you know what? Someone said Canada's better. I've always thought to myself, if I did get like, because I used to be illegal. You know, I didn't always have my citizenship and green card here. And growing up, my father made it very aware we could be deported anytime. We could have to leave here. Luckily, I don't have to have that worry. But as a kid, I always thought to myself, well, I don't want to go back to Mexico. I'll go to Canada. Because I always heard Canada was just basically like America, but everybody's nicer. And they say, "Hoi, who bought that?" So there you go. I wouldn't blame you on Canada. Canada's cooked. The snow here is crazy. Okay, well then never mind. But y'all got Tim Hortons, and I hear that's a yummy place. We got some Winnie the Pooh 3 updates. George Durago is set to play Winnie. George, oh, they changing Winnie again? He is 6'10". The prosthetic company, Toxic Avenger, is going to be working on creature designs for Pooh 3. Ooh, I wonder if they're going to redesign them. Or they're going to change that. I really like the looks in the second Winnie the Pooh. But I did see that they're finally going to start filming the third movie. This one the Poohniverse movie, or is this just Winnie the Pooh 3? I gotta look that up, but I did see that they're gonna get started on filming all that. Crazy. Crazy. Someone said terrible impression. Yeah, I don't have a good Canadian impression. I don't have a lot of good impressions. I've been seeing I'm trying to think of like, well, who do I can impersonate well? Nobody. Land of yeah. I meant for movies, not the actors. Oh wait, what was your question? I've completely spaced out. Not for movies. Should the Oscars add legacy awards like Emmys did? Oh, for the movies, not act. Okay, now I see what you mean. Huh. How would that work? I do wonder. There is something about culturally impactful movies, and even if you go down the list of films that have won Oscars, some of them just like fade off into existence, and the Oscar doesn't really mean much of livelihood for them. Like I think about like The Hurt Locker. I like that movie, enjoyable, but I ain't never seen nobody talk about no Hurt Locker. The Artist, I ain't never seen nobody talk about no Artist. Yeah, I think it would just end up becoming the award of, oh, we should have given the Oscar to this movie because people actually still talk about Forrest Gump. People still actually talk about this movie, you know? Hey 3C, can you wish my brother a happy birthday by mewing and saying Poppy home? He's 27 and wonders why you had Ice Spice on your screen earlier. That wasn't me. That was AI. I don't know what you're talking about, buddy. I don't have an Ice Spice. Oh, and I have ice. I need to add that a mewing thing. What did you tell me to say? Poppy's home. How you doing, homie? Actually, nah. Check out the cinema content once. Okay, I will. Congratulations on becoming a dad. The first year is an adjustment, but it's an amazing man. Yeah, this year has been an adjustment, and we're still working on things. Yeah, I was trying. I think I had some funny to say about my kid, but I forgot. Oh, I have eczema. So one of the things when you have a kid, where you're constantly washing your hands, putting hand sanitizer on, doing all that because touching any dirty thing, or especially with flu season, like whenever I DoorDash or I order groceries delivery, I become the crazy parent who's now sanitizing his things or doing all that because you never know, your DoorDasher could have the flu and he just handed you your Taco Bell and now you have the flu. So I'm constantly washing my hands, and it got to the point like 2 days ago I look at my hands and they were really red. They were red and dry and itchy. And I'm like, what the heck? I had scrubbed my hands so much and so often and constantly putting hand sanitizer on. I developed a bit of eczema. Is that all from all the diaper changes too, you think? It could be that bro got infected. So I had to order hand sanitizer with aloe vera. I had to change my hand soaps with soap that has like lotion in it too. So I'm moisturizing as I'm washing my hands. And it's made it work. You can't even tell anymore. I don't think you could even see it. But it was there and it was really red. I think you see it more a little bit on this end, but that was, hey, anything for that little guy. That's the perks of being a dad now. We've also, I don't know how much to tell y'all too, because then I say something that I'm like, we got to handle, we're good. But somebody will take that as like, you're an irresponsible parent and I'm reporting you and I don't approve of your methods. But one of the biggest challenge, because he just turned, you know what's great? He just turned 1 month yesterday. What? It's already been a month? I've had a little human being for an entire month? That's wild to me. It is, that's like so quick, so quick. But the thing that was the biggest struggle with him is how to sleep, because that's really the hardest part with him. The feeding, changing diapers, all that, piece of cake. It's sleeping at night because you have to feed them every 2 hours. You have to do all this, or you have to change them. Or, and the thing too with babies is they're not used to farting. They're not used to burping. So the sensation of bubbles and gas hurts them, I guess, and they're crying for that. Anyways, what I'm getting at, the first like 2-3 weeks was so bad because we couldn't sleep. We were so tired, so exhausted. I was like, please go to bed. Please go to bed. I just want to sleep. We figured out how to get him to sleep. And it's something they don't usually recommend, but it works, and I don't care now. And I talked to my mom, and she said, I didn't want to tell you this when I was there, but that's what we did with you as a baby. And I was like, Mom, you can share the secrets. He just sleeps in the bed with us now. I know they say you shouldn't, or it's dangerous, but we have a device. It's called an outlet sock. It's a little sock that's like a heart monitor that like you wrap around their foot, and it's connected to an app, and it can like tell you when they're breathing, their heart rate. It tells you a lot of information just from that little monitor. And so the reason they say you shouldn't, why I was hesitant, is because they say you shouldn't because it's dangerous, because they could roll over onto a blanket and suffocate, or you could roll onto them, which has happened, or even worse, they roll off the bed and they fall. And a lot of precaution, but they don't know what it's like to not be able to sleep. Okay, I don't know what it is about his crib, about his bassinet or my bed. His bassinet, he'll sleep 2 hours max. in the bed with me with my little here. This is basically how it is because we also sleep on the couch. I don't care. I'm pleading my case. Y'all can report me all you want. This is him right there. This is how he sleeps. This is me with him. He's just right there sleeping, perfectly comfortable and good, covered up, a nice soft like that. That's how we basically sleep on the couch sometimes. And sleeping like that, he will get close to like almost 5 hours of continuous sleep, and that means I can get at least 4 hours sleep. So someone said, I'm calling CPS right now. But it was funny because I said that, and my mom was like, that's how we got you to sleep. And I tell my aunt, and she's like, yeah, that's what I had to do. That's like, so everybody does what they're not supposed to. Okay? And they just want to hide the information from the new parents? Not cool. The cops watching. But all in all, if we didn't have that device, I would definitely not be doing it because it is dangerous. But luckily, we've never had an alert. We've never had anything happen. And even if something did, like if I forgot he was next to me and I roll over, I put a blanket, the monitor will tell you, hey, your kid's heart or breathing has stopped, do something. And it's like a very scary alarm. So yeah. Yeah, you spend $100 on a crib and they don't use it. Yeah. Well, they use it during the day. During the day, he's sleeping in that the whole time. But during the night, it's like I need him. Let me see if I can find a photo of him in his crib so you guys look at this. And we did tummy time. Look at that. He's already learning his little ABCs. Oh, little guy there. I'm sorry, I'm turned into that annoying guy who can't shut up about his kid. But yeah, this is him in his bassinet just sleeping. That's him in the actual little crib we have. He's just asleep. Ah, miracle of life. Police is at the door. I gotta go. And please, if any of y'all parents got advice for infants or babies, let them in, man, because we're still learning. Let them sleep in the grill. Put it on medium heat. That'll be good for them. Oh, we gotta try that, honey. Live stream on Sunday. Are you late? That's what she said. Well, actually, she said she was late. Then Chris became a daddy. Nice. Someone said train your kid like Gohan. Shout out to Neb. We should not support Tom King. Oh, I haven't looked at that. I know a lot of people hate Tom King. I haven't looked into what he does. I guess I'll look at a Neb tweet after this. Mark Ruffalo fired by. I saw a lot of people saying that. And again, I won't go too much into it, but Mark Ruffalo, as you know, people want to preach free speech until it's something they don't agree with. But Mark Ruffalo has been very open about his dislike in this current administration, how he doesn't like ICE, which I don't blame him, and all this other stuff. And then there was another interview or a scooper who said Hulk will not be in Doomsday. And so because Mark Ruffalo is being very open about his political opinion, and someone said he won't be in Doomsday, people put that together to mean, oh, he got fired. He's gone. Which I don't think so. I think Brand New Day will most likely put us in a situation to explain Hulk's absence for the next movie. And you also got to think Spider-Man is not in Tom Holland. He's not in Doomsday either. So something happens in Brand New Day that makes them absent from the story, whether it's an incursion, maybe the movie ends and they're in a different world, and we have to, that's part of the mystery of the things that'll go on for the next movie. But it looks like whatever happens, Spider-Man, Hulk, they're just not going to be present for Doomsday because of something in Brand New Day. And then we'll probably see them again in Secret Wars. Like, we're definitely going to see Tom Holland again in Secret Wars, probably Hulk also. Someone said Hulk dies. That would be crazy if Hulk dies in a Spider-Man movie. If Hulk dies, it has to be an Avenger movie. You have to make it in something like that. But someone said Doom is going to kill Hulk. That would be wild. That would also be a good way to show, but also would it? I was about to say it'd be a good showcase to show Doom's power, but we already had a version of that when Hulk fought Thanos and he like KO'd him and beat him up in such a cool way. And Hulk has never been that badass since Infinity Wars. That was the last time the Hulk was badass, his fight with Thanos. Ever since then, he's been Professor Hulk. He's been kind of, weaker Hulk. He's been a chill guy Hulk. Doom killing him would not look that impressive at this point, because it's like, well, yeah, he's a professor, he's a green guy with glasses, you know. We'll see. But no, as of right now, he was not fired. He was not fired. That's just something people are spreading around because they don't like him speaking out. Uh, do you think Kang should have a saga after reboot? I think Kang should be given another shot, whether that's Jonathan Majors or not. That's up to Marvel to decide. But I think Kang had an interesting kind of story and idea. It would be nice to get that again, but maybe they'd be done with it. Favorite niche Pokemon, one that we won't expect. Well, I'm more of the OG Pokemons, like the first 120, whatever they were. So I'm not even gonna mention any of like the current days Pokemons. I mean, I always like Geodude, the stone is Geodude. I was a big, I think at one point I liked, I don't know what's his name now. But the one with the skull Pokemon. What was that one's name? Cubone. I thought he was the most badass looking Pokemon. I was always more of a Charmander or Charizard kid, but this was like my second favorite badass Pokemon. I thought he was Cubone. I also like the boxing one. The guy, I just found it hilarious that I wanted to understand the anatomy of this dude, because I was like, are those gloves worn, or is that just how he's born? What if he wants to be a chef? Would they allow him? You got boxing gloves. You're a fighter. I don't want to be a fighter, Dad. I want to make souffle. I don't want to meet Gordon Ramsay. You're going to meet Canelo Alvarez and Floyd Mayweather, and you're going to like it, son. No, I like Cake Boss. That's why he's making rainbow cakes. I hate you. I never want to be like you. I have daddy issues, guys. Good schizo moment from 3C. Someone said, what just happened? I just joined. I am on my way to getting residency, but with how everything is right now, I think to moving to Europe like Switzerland or China. It's a scary time, buddy. And again, I know people don't like talk about this and all that, but I think about how crazy, because I finally got my citizenship. I think it was the year 2020 during the pandemic, and it was a bittersweet moment because it was finally being like safe in this country, not having to be scared, because they always tell you, but it was never as scary as it is now. I'm sure people who are not Leo now are like, we're like so like, to me, I was always like, I'm gonna be fine. I've been here my whole life. They're not gonna take me away. Oh, imagine if it was now, dudes. But when I finally got it, it was the pandemic, so no family members were allowed to come. I had to get it all by myself. It was just kind of like I got the thing I finally wanted, but my family couldn't be there with me. I hope you get it though, man. I hope you get it. What you know about RoboCop 3C? Any BioShock news? I think they're still working on the BioShock thing. As far as RoboCop, dude, I love RoboCop. I want another RoboCop. I know there was. I'm still sad that we never got the one that they were going to reboot with. I think it was Neil Blomkamp. I think Neil Blomkamp was the one. It was called RoboCop Returns. They were going to get the original cast and do something, but then the pandemic hit, and then that went away. The last we heard is that Amazon was working on a RoboCop TV series, but again, no updates on that for a while. But I love RoboCop. I'd love to see that. I think even in the age of AI, there's another conversation to be had about it, because it could be a conversation about like, okay, is it better to put a man's mind mixed with an AI to perfect them, or do we just give it all to an AI? Could be something there, but I wouldn't mind another robot. I didn't hate the reboot RoboCop, but I wasn't crazy about it either. They had some elements that were interesting, but nothing beats that original RoboCop. Please make Super Bowl trailer prediction video this year. Yes, it will. Owen and Blue scene, but with Mario and Yoshi. Oh. Yes. Chris, I hope I'm not bugging you too much about the Sonic content. I just love to give out my theories of what. No, always happy to hear some theories. Always happy to hear some theories. Never bugging me, man. Peter B. Parker, when he kept showing Mayday, love it. Oh yeah, it's a running joke in the thing because it happens, man. I'm try hard not to be the guy talking too much about my kid because I know how that can be annoying. There's like that Will Ferrell moment from The Office where like Pam and Jim keep trying to show Will Ferrell their baby how adorable and cute, and Will Ferrell's like, that baby could be the president of things I don't care about. And I'm like, that's so funny. But I always try to keep it low. I'll try to keep it to just funny stories. And I thought me getting eczema from washing my hands too much will count it as a funny story. May God bless you and your family and your newborn son. Been watching your content for a while now. Only person I go to for movie news. London fan here. Oi, it's London fan. Hey, got chips. Have you seen Ari Spears trying to rap as a London person? That makes me laugh. All respect to I want to visit London someday. I just not very many foreign countries I think about going to, but London would be on there. Spain, Paris, Italy. Okay, maybe there's more than one. But I'd like to go to London. Someone said, "What is that accent?" Yeah, I'm not good with accents, man. I'm not good with accents. All right, that was the final super chat. I just want to thank you guys for being here on the Sunday live stream. Oh, Brazil would be awesome, especially for the Comic-Con they be having here, CCXP. Australia too, but I'd be scared of them animals there. One spider and I'm going back. Love your guys' faces. Y'all are amazing. Thank you so much for being here. We'll talk more movie news soon. I did send off to my editor Reed my hits and flops video, so hopefully by Monday or Tuesday that's ready. But send help review should be tomorrow. Look out for that. Love you guys. Take care of yourself. Stay warm. Adios.